deliver lyrics. Feel my spirit from your head to your speakers. Know where I'm headed, but riches. If you ain't with it, then good riddance. Popping and locking, I'll never be stopping. I'm talking, they'll never be breaking that sweat. I'm a George operator.
You know, it's really up in the air. I don't know actually if Yessirski has played much Vertigo, so this could be somewhat of a punish pick from the Prodigies. I think we'll have to see when we hop in the server. But in any case, you know, I've got to say, for this map at least, I would tend to favor the Prodigies. Mirage and Ancient, that one's definitely a bit more of a question mark. So if this does go to a third map, well, it really is up in the air. But first we have to get over this map. Of course, gone through many changes over the years, and I'm sure there's still some more changes yet to come, but it doesn't matter because we're hopping straight into the game. Prodigies on the T side have a fair bit of utility in FNK's hands, a Molotov and a smoke grenade, bits of decoys, but the rest have armor. On the other side of things, Yessirski have no kit, which is interesting. Full bits of armor, and I'm not sure if Zero is trying to save up for an AWP later on, or if he's, you know, just trying to farm up that little bit more to buy into later rounds. Of course, enter the giveaway on the right, guys. You get a chance to win either of those mice and that beautiful M4 Asimov. Gotta say, I'm a fan of that skin. Not very popular, but I'm a fan. In any case, I think the lack of utility, or not really the lack of utility, but the lack of kind of contingency from the CT side is definitely something to be mentioned. And Zero heading towards middle. It's not usually the place that the T side go, but can be very divisive. You can see, though, the Prodigies opting to aggress towards the B site. Only one player here, and that's Hassanator, standing back at the empty pillar. He's just jiggling for info. He spots a player out, and that will cause some sort of rotations. You can see the utility, and that's a good entry from Straxy. Bozzle holding down the line, trying to get any picks as they cross the site, but can't connect. And the Prodigies have full site control. Straxy planting the bomb. And there's no nades for the post plant here, so Prodigies need to be careful about their peaks. Try and bait into some crossfires. Straxy's actually fairly low as well, so he needs to be careful. And Zero rips his skull out of the server. And that's a 4-on-4 for you. CT side swinging together, and it's actually working out. Fozzle's getting all the kills, though. Nolan has to try and do anything he can, but not to be for the Prodigies. Yessirski with a strong retake, keeping 4 players alive. And that's just an unfortunate spot to be in. Did get the bomb plant, though, so they might opt to go for that kind of a force buy that you see in the second round, although it's probably not optimal with 4 CT side players alive. You can see the player cams reacting. Not exactly the best of starts, but definitely not unrecoverable. Fozzle, though, gotta say, he was imperative on this retake. Helping him out, but that was all really Fozzle to start things off. There is a force buy, 3 Glils, Tech 9 and a Deagle. Could catch off the players from Yessirski. They don't have a lot of utility to work with, but those M4s have a heavy firepower advantage. They're not going to be able to get those one-shot headshots like you can with the AK, especially considering all the Prodigies have head armor. But, I mean, it's an M4 versus a Galil or a pistol. You're going to obviously favor the M4. That's a nice flash. Oh, TVS can't quite spot out in Zero. And I think that's an early battle of the AWPers that goes in the favor of the CT side. That kill can be retrieved. And 2-player pressure in towards middle can be very strong. Fozzle in an off angle, smoked off. Going to reposition. Flashbang is good. Prodigies, they've been cut out. elsewhere, and it's just Straxy. All his teammates has fallen around him. Can't make anything work, and Fuzzle will go down, but that's all said and done for. MP9 will close things out. Yessirski, sorry, with a strong start to this map. And if they're not going to be losing players early on, they can start to farm up that money. There's the opening kill. Round could have gone completely differently if that would have fallen in the Prodigy's favor, but not to be. And it does seem like Yessirski having very early success. Prodigies, of course, have to save because of that early force buy. You're not going to be getting those force buy wars, but the T side is going to be rushing down towards B. That's right into the hands of the MP9. Potential for a farmer, but Vert can only get one. Fascinator and Lurie can rotate in. Nice nade kills Covey, but not to be. I believe we're going to have a comms round, though. We can see how the Prodigies will come back into things.
How many do we go?
Four.
Four?
And one
Okay.
will hold the back.
Yeah,
Okay,
more or
then-
less. I smoke heavy.
Okay.
Yes,
I
that was
take
really
a
good
spot
smoke.
for Gab then.
Yeah, that's good. Did I flash up right side for you?
I'll come
I'll
with
flash
you,
two times.
Gap, the boss.
Flash in wrong, flash.
Yeah, I'll
okay.
do it, I'll do it. Flashing right side.
Molly Benson, back guy.
Flashing right side there.
Peeking crane.
Flash one more.
He fall back. Full blind.
Take bomb, guys. Take bomb.
I'm one HP
full
flash
white.
out. I have to go back.
It's okay, I'm hiding 51. Just watch the crane, please. Okay, from deep.
Yeah.
He needs to be on peek in B.
From deep angle.
Close.
Oh, from deep angle.
They might have flash PKT.
Yeah, just stand.
Okay.
They want to retake Gab. Carefully, deep
I
smoke.
did molly IV.
Deep smoke Gab.
Could it
Can
be
be inside.
sandbags or?
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be sandbags. I
Just
could molly.
molly.
Yeah,
One
I'm
is
gonna
close
molly
Gab.
him.
Didn't push B.
nothing.
He using
Okay,
no
short
sandbags.
smoke on Gab.
They
Short smoke.
smoked.
Okay, just keep holding. We will finish with exit.
Yeah, full
here.
boost.
I
Yeah, I
can
take
do.
my molly.
I will
And
molly
I-
IV.
I smoke.
He flashed B. He peeked B.
Yeah. I can do the crimbo nades and we can go from.
Close,
FM
close,
on
right.
the-
Do one more.
Nice.
One more close.
Dead.
Nice.
Heal,
Chill,
heal,
chill. I'm gonna do the crimbo nades.
Yeah,
One gap.
I'm ready to go IV.
I'm ready to flash gap as well for you.
Wait.
Do the nades
They
and
didn't
flash.
push anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna flash gap for you. Flashing
I
there.
flash for him as well. I flash the gap as well.
Side! Again,
Side,
side!
side. Default.
Side, kill.
Default. He
He
run
goes
back.
back, con. I'm on
Gonna
HP.
plant.
I'm molly.
Let's
to
play
cover.
time. Leave me alone to die. Flash
Okay.
above me, PV.
Yeah, wait.
Never mind.
Side
He's
to right.
7.
I will come ramp with you.
2-2.
I have molly for bomb.
Let me play headshot. No. You play headshot.
Yeah, I will
Alright.
play first. Let me then. Watch. Okay, molly bomb if you
Gap.
can now. Like bombs. Let
Oh
me pick.
fuck. He's gap, guys.
And headshot.
That's right, no one.
Just try.
Unlucky there for the Prodigies. No one stuck in the clutch. Can't quite win it out. Makes it close, but this is definitely a contested matchup. Closest round so far, I believe, with the rifles out. Prodigies unlucky. A lot of damage done. And the bomb planted, so they're not down and out of it for too long. But again, that's going to be disappointing. 4-0 start for Yessirski. They're able to bring out the orb. And that's in the hands of Lurie. He's going to be situated over towards the middle with a bait and switch setup. Prodigy's putting pressure onto ramp, but there's not really the numbers there to go for significant aggression. And the bullets through the smokes is doing significant damage. Straxy might not be long for this world. Getting pushed, and he's unprepared for that. So Yessirski cutting the map in half. And Zero, he's very aggressive, but TBS isn't really in any sort of a position to challenge for that. Fuzzle, that Molotov actually might trigger TBS to go forward. He's good for the first one. There's more frags to find. But oh, Hassan, he's right around the corner from the bomb. He could eliminate any sort of threats the Prodigies are able to do in this round, but it seems like his teammates are doing it for him. That's the bomb retreating again. 3 versus 3, brought onto a 3 versus 2. Yessirski, their aim is so crisp today, but they have been tagged down very low across the board. Yorp is good for that. And FNK on his lonesome. 1 versus 3. even with the players low, with them just being alive, it's a big problem to deal with. And FNK just ran through all of his nades. He's got 1 kill in the round, 3 to find. But I'm hesitant to say that he probably doesn't have this one on the cards. I'm hoping I've cast a curse myself, but we'll see. Yessirski completely playing a retake style, just letting FNK hang himself with time. They have to be aware of the rotation that can be possible. FNK going aggressive, gets the first, not prepared for the second. And Yessirski put 5 on the board. They keep 2 alive and the AWP in the hands of their players. So they're starting to farm up a bit of cash. And without a bomb plant there, the Prodigies are going to struggle to put together a full buy. I think that the main talking point so far is just how aggressive Yessirski are able to be. It does seem as though they're a bit crispier with their aim today. You know, the Prodigies, they're definitely a team to warm into things. Will take them a little bit of time, especially losing the pistol. Quick reminder to enter the giveaway. You can win one of those lovely mice and the M4 Asimov, but looking back at the game, it's not looking so lovely for the Prodigies. They are going to force up some pistols. If they can get a bomb plant out of this, maybe even steal a round away, then that can be a job done. Oh, there's the giveaway reminder again. Which company Prodigy has announced health and performance partnership? That's the answer you've got to give in the chat. Heavy B-lean from the Prodigies. But Nade should chunk down FNK, and indeed it does. Nice bit of damage from that one. Prodigies, oh, very aggressive. Vert, so quick on the trigger, gets 2 for his trouble. And they know a second is very close by because of that flashbang. One way with the smoke. Hassan's going to use it himself and tags down. TVS very low, but the Tech 9 is able to answer back. 2 trades for each team. N0, though, completely locking down the other side of the map. Is able to be a real thorn in the side of the Prodigies. And, you know, because the Prodigies were leaning B so very early, they are going to have to just commit here on a timing. They do have a fair bit of utility to work with, so they might be able to cordon Lurie off. But it's still definitely going to be an uphill battle. Counter Molotov from... Oh, this lurk. This lurk could be everything. And Zero, he's right in the back lines. I don't think anyone from the Prodigy is going to be aware of this. He starts to trigger and he has 2... FNK can answer back, but this is probably a round over. 28 seconds. Doesn't know how many lurkers are behind him. Could opt to go in the other direction, but he's going to press forward. Fuzzle catches him off guard, and that is a 6th round for Yessirski, stringing them together, and this is mounting up to be a solid CT side. A few more rounds, and you might start to get a bit worried. Nice flash from Vert to get into things, but I think it's just about time to hear what the Prodigies want to do to get back into things.
Need to flash picks in this, I will go slowly.
You can start later, Nolan.
Yeah.
I'm not doing steps.
Hey, mid.
Okay.
Molly mid.
Hey, flash Molly B.
My ladder.
He's not speaking.
He's picking him up.
Yeah. No
Let's
smoke.
search together.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
He's still picking.
Holding.
You are close, guys?
Yeah.
A ramp.
Yeah, I will do pressure
Yeah, do it.
on B.
Beacon.
You rotate it. He's there. Behind one.
He's half.
Okay, now can we stop doing everything that we want and we just do the plan?
You can hear a little bit of frustration coming out from the Prodigies. They're not playing to the game plan that they wanted to coming into things. Of course, when you're 7-0 down, it is going to be a bit frustrating. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one. You need to try and crack their heads together. That's what this pause is for, to talk things out. try and come up with an answer to their struggles, to their problems. Hopefully they can piece something together, but it does seem as though Larry has been a real problem for them with the AWP. It's been a real shame that we haven't seen TVS with the AWP a little bit more. He can be really impactful with it. Of course, not having success in that previous round, but sometimes that's how it goes. Force buy here from the Prodigies, just trying to get any sort of rounds together. Aggressive on the ramp. Fuzzle goes aggressive, gets one, and can fall back off that initial pick. And Zero going aggressive towards short. This could catch the Prodigies off guard, but nope, TVS answer back with the Tech 9 SBT. You don't know how you've done that one, but that's the exact kind of talent that we expect from these guys. And suddenly this is looking very threatening. 7-0 could become 7-1 if Yessirski aren't careful. A lot of nades to work with on this retake. So I can definitely go for things. Hasanator doesn't have any bit of damaging utility or a nade, but if he can get a pick or at least show some presence, that might buy some time for his teammate coming in the big flank. Puzzle does need a... Oh, okay, doesn't matter. When you're getting picks like that, that can definitely trigger a retake. 23 seconds left. Fuzzle's coming in the back lines. Hassan has taken all the attention. Time is ticking down low. TVS 1 versus 1. Fuzzle has been so strong so far, but the AWP could do it all. Oh, unable to answer back. And Yessirski get an 8. That is a retake that really should not have fallen in that direction. So unfortunate for the Prodigies. But sometimes it's just not your day, you know. It all started with this opener from Hassan. Of course, Fuzzle catching Straxy out, and Prodigies, this is their map pick, don't forget. They are looking a little bit uncomfortable. TBS back on the AWP. This could be an opener, but the utility is low, so the Prodigies need to really be taking some gunfights early here. Going 2 towards the ramp. Counter Molotovs from the CT side will halt the aggression. But you can tell Yessirski happy to concede that area of the map. Aggressive in middle from Hassan. Nice nades. I think that's something that has been a problem. Yessirski have been, pretty aggressive with their nade usage, but it's been successful for them, so you can't really, hate them for it. Prodigies, they're running a little bit low on utility themselves. Only Nolan with a smoke. Even though they had a lot of ramp control, they're thinking better of it. Hassan's still aggressive in middle. Does seem as though we're going to go for a B finish. Bert in empty pillar. Hasn't quite spotted SBT out, but I feel like he just spotted the corner of him. Hassanator's rotated in, so middle is completely open, but this B site is fortified, and then some SBT falls first. Hassanator's going to rotate away, knowing that he's baited his teammate in, but Straxy's so prepared. Hassan rotates back in, he has to. But the utility, the Prodigies don't have much to work with. Playing the rotations with Yessirski, but the time's ticking low, and that can be a real threat. Puzzle gets his bell rung, but stays alive, goes aggressive for the fight. That's unwarranted. He goes down, traded by N0, but 15 seconds left. The Prodigies need to get to the site. It's struggle bus city. Straxy can get 1, 2 more to find. Orpa's around the corner, tries to jiggle for it, but that's easy enough shot for Larry, and the Prodigies' struggle continues. Looking a bit deflated. Vertigo, notoriously a CT-sided map, but I've got to say, the Prodigies are looking like they're struggling quite a bit. They're usually pretty good on the T sides of Vertigo. Upgraded pistols, smattering of armor, and FNK, lightest touch of utility to just buy a bit of space. Maybe hoping to get a bomb plant, but Fuzzle, he's been such a menace over towards this ramp area. Larry, quick for the first. No trade available, but didn't realize a player had got out onto the B stairs, trying to scramble back, but Hassanator's there to help him out, and I think the bomb's been spotted. 2 players falling for the Prodigy pretty early on. Hassan, super aggressive angle, does catch SBT off, and And you can see just how the confidence is playing into things right now. The Prodigies just being caught left, right, and center. Hyper aggression from Yessirski, so hard to deal with. Crossing into the site, so unawares of Fuzzle's flank coming through, and now the pincer action is activated. It's just a matter of time as the Sharks close in, and Zero close things out, and that's a 10th for Yessirski. Keep 3 players alive. It's decent for upgraded pistols, but definitely a bit of sweat forming on the brow of the Prodigies. Still trying to look for answers. We're almost done with this half. The talent's there. TVS with 2 openers. You can see, you know, the talent's there, but the game plan just hasn't really been working out. Looking into the future, there's going to be Mirage up next. Picked by Yessirski, but a very competent map for the Prodigies. SBT Molotoving his counterpart. Flash comes through, but Vert caught off guard. And that's a nice set of openers for the Prodigies. 3 versus 5. This should be the Prodigies round every day of the week. It is somewhat of an off day though. Anything can happen in the game of CS. Yessirski spread out one across the board and they lose their B site defender. That's going to cause a rotation. Yessirski keen to hem the flow of blood. You can see the Prodigies happy to just aggress over towards this A site. That Molotov should alert the Yessirski players, and Larry will rotate back over. Orp trying to get into position. He gets there just in time to meet the Prodigies, who just walk out into the crosshair. There's enough utility to get an exit going. I'm not a big fan of that play. The grenades do fly over. Larry holding an aggressive angle. Will get mollied off. Flash is good to force him back. And that's the exact kind of thing I want to see from the Prodigies. Use their advantage of numbers. Use their utility to buy the space that they need. Yessirski are not afraid to fight. For good reason, they've been winning their fights. Larry gets the opener. Tries to counteract TVS, but he can close out the last 2, and that is finally the Prodigy's first round. Hopefully they can get a few more before the half closes out. Don't forget, a 10-5 half is definitely doable. They've made it hard for themselves. But the round isn't over. Sorry, the game isn't over. There's still more rounds to play. Round 12, in fact, is on the board. And Yessirski's money has actually been chipped down bit by bit. Prodigies all going for aggressions over towards BFNK. Gets the opener. There's so many more players to rush towards the site, but they slow things down. Yessirski have been known to rotate quite heavily, quite rapidly. Just trying to play in towards their favor, get some answers back. Oh, that's an angle that you really can't be caught out from. Vert gets an answering back, and there are so many more players over towards the B site here. Seems as though Prodigies want to fade away from this position. Vert's so aware that SPT could be in this corner. They spot each other out. Bullets fly over, but SPT, oh, he's good for a flick. 3 versus 3 now. Larry very aggressive over towards the ramp. He has some help in the form of N0. They use their last bit of utility. Oh, this flash could be everything. 2 players here. Nolan plays well. Larry, though, answers straight back. 2 versus 2. Playing super aggressive. Swings out so well. And Straxy, 1 versus 2. Has not a lot of time to work with. Bombs out in no man's land. Flashing for the peak. But setups from Yessirski have been so threatening. 15 seconds. Time's going to work against Straxy now. And you can see Vert, he's just tucked himself away. Even if Larry goes down, there is no way that Straxy expects this, and the positioning is just so strong. Yessirski steal 1 away, and the Prodigies can't string 2 together. We are going to be hopping into a comms round, and hopefully the Prodigies can get back into things.
By jumping over the wood, you know?
Oui, okay.
I will flash. Take the
Okay,
bomb.
can,
on
can we search the guys in the middle now the entire way?
Yeah, I
Like
go
someone
with you.
just do pressure on A. And then we just search the entire fucking way.
Up mid, up mid,
Yeah,
up
off mid,
mid.
off mid. I'll
Don't
flash him
go.
off.
Through
Flashing
normal molly.
He's solo B then.
Wait,
Yeah,
He
for
went
you,
back,
always
he went
flash
back,
mid.
he went back.
Yeah, I'm just
He's left side,
holding.
left side,
I have
wall.
Ivy. Guys, can you...
I mean
Dead
CT,
on A.
CT left side.
joined your channel.
On default. Nade me.
I have timing A.
I'm nading. I'm making pressure on.
I do mid to be.
I'm on A. Can you pressure?
Just-
Yeah, good, good. I need
Yeah.
some.
I will
I'm
come back.
dropping
Did
it one way.
Headshot.
I'm leaving as well.
Headshot on A.
I'm taking the bomb.
I don't see
I'm
one.
staying B.
Just try to finish
I
B.
go through.
We should split B, yeah. Start from mid.
Maybe I have no utility.
We'll fight on B. You can search team, I think. I will
Yeah,
come.
I'm waiting for you.
I'm peeking
Yeah.
in sec.
Yeah, I'm already
Coming
here.
Close.
You always play white, so be careful.
Might
I'm
do
with-
it
I
again.
think it's
Yeah,
in
sure,
corner. Heaven.
Heaven swinging.
Head white.
Nice. Okay,
Heaven is
electric
electric.
then.
I'll let you play.
Double pick, I'll pick up. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
blind. Wait, ready? One,
Yeah.
2, 3. Don't see heaven.
It's
One way.
electric.
Yeah, you should.
That's CT, one electric.
Right side, right. Ah,
He
Nick, he was.
just sneaks out.
When I jumped,
Man, this really aggressive bait and switch set from Yessirski is falling disaster for the Prodigies. Can't string rounds together. It's just a little bit hard to watch because the Prodigies, you know the talent's there, you know the team cohesion's there, just not quite working out. You see moments like that where Hassanate is able to pick up 2, and it's just so unfortunate. But it's the position we're in right now. Prodigies, they need to keep things together. They need to just mentally try and reset. Except, 12-1, it's not an ideal place to be, but it's a situation you're working with. It's definitely still not over. Yessirski, money's low. If the Prodigies can get these last few rounds, there's at least a lifeline, bearing in mind there's that huge asterisk of winning the pistol and a few more rounds, but it's definitely, as an uphill battle as we've seen these guys go through. And you see the confidence on the CT side, not unwarranted. It's just so hard to deal with in any sort of position. Any CT side that's playing as confident as this can be insurmountable for some teams. Defensive smokes coming through, and see Yessirski, they're not afraid to use their utility early. Hassanator, though, wins the duel in middle. That's not an ideal start. Smoke towards the top of the ramp. Larry can play around this. Flash is sufficient. TVS actually answers back onto the FAMAS. Larry drops a defensive smoke. I'm not sure if that's really enough to halt aggression, but Fozzel's going to be flashed in and we'll catch a player out, but Straxi can answer straight back. 3 versus 4. Yessirski's defense spread thin. Larry very aggressive with the AWP. Smoked off completely. He can jump up towards headshot. Oh, that's so quick. Don't know how he's able to spot that out. The nade is good from Straxi. And SBT catches the lurker. They now know that Larry's on the A site with the AWP. SBT can lock down the rotations. This round is done. Prodigies do finally have a second. But 12 rounds from Yessirski is an outstanding place to be in. Can he retain this AWP? If he drops with the AWP here, there won't be the opportunity to purchase one up into the next round. So it is actually quite important that Larry's able to retain this. The Prodigy's economy isn't exactly in a great spot either, though. So there's not really a prospect to hunt in any significant fashion. If you lose even just one player, you're going to struggle to have rifles across the board into the next round. So it really is just a matter of pick your poison for the Prodigies. Deny the AWP, which is great because it's been such a big problem. But if you lose players, then you can't buy rifles into the next. So they opt not to go hunting too aggressively. They have spread around the map, but that AWP will be brought into the next. And, well, as we peter onto the latter stage of this half, the Prodigies are just trying to claw anything they can together. Straxy. Nice ability to turn from that. Flash probably going a bit too deep. Larry, though, being so quick today. And the fact that AWP is still on the server, well, that's a worrying prospect. Ooh, middle push. Straxy falls back. And just as he does, Nolan is able to kind of answer back. But you know what? And Zero, the Deagle, can retrieve that AK. He can fall back from middle. And there's aggressions over towards B. SBT spots it out. Jiggles from Vert will be info gained and passed along. Yessirski doing everything they need to kind of figure out the game plan and get the rotations through. SBT, nice bits of utility to force the AWPer off. Smokes himself out, and Zero very aggressive over towards A. And that was the majority of the A defense. Fuzzle with a 5-7. 5-7 is very strong right now. Definitely caused some problems, but been spotted out early. FNK was low, so could have gone down, but Larry popped out, will smoke himself. There's opportunities here, but with Fuzzle going down, it does get a little bit harder. Vert pushing through, can't get SBT. Larry just left alive with the AWP and has been very threatening. Not threatening enough. There's 12-3 at the end of the half. Not an ideal spot, but it's definitely a spot that you're stuck in if you're the Prodigies. Do they have the fortitude to come back into things? I think we'll find out in just a moment. See a nice drink of water there from FNK. Stay hydrated while you're playing. It's definitely an important factor. Okay, so again, yeah, not the ideal place to be in. But I think we'll take a super quick break and hop back straight into the second half of this matchup. All right, welcome back, guys. Really rough first half of the Prodigies map pick, but we are moving into the CT side. It's often the stronger side. 12-3, not an ideal place to come back from, but I think we've seen crazier stuff, especially considering some of the RMR matches. Shout out Ecstatic. Prodigies are looking a bit flustered, are looking a bit frustrated. But you know what? They call them Prodigies for a reason. These guys have talent. They have been performing really well over the course of the season. There's not too much pressure on them to succeed right here. I believe they should already have qualified towards main. I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, it's not to say that there's no pressure on them. You know, I think they had to win this one and maybe one or two others for further advancement. But I mean, the way things are going right now, Yessirski might be a bit too tall of a challenge. Of course, Yessirski, one of the only teams in the regular season to win against the Prodigies, looking to extend that win streak. FNK with the dualies. SBT has a bit of utility, no kit. On the other side of things, Yessirski upgrade to a Tech 9, one smoke, and the rest with Glocks and armor. Middle push. This is, well, it can definitely catch teams off guard, especially if you go for a B split. That smoke might just sell the fake over towards A. You can see TVS smoked off, but he's able to get the first many more Ts around the corner. And, oh, this is a threatening spot to be in. SBT and TVS need to hold strong here. Get a second. Able to stay alive, but FNK falling on the site. I mean, a bomb plant is transferred over. 2 versus 4. Yessirski trying to lock things down. Flashbang coming through. The swing is good for a trade, and Zero will fall as well. Prodigies are able to get the pistol, and that's the start of many, many hopes and dreams of Prodigies fans. It's kind of the round you need to win. It is a 4th, so they can definitely mount something respectable here, but with that bomb plant, Yessirski might just opt to force their way in. TVS opening things up. Looked very, very dangerous at one point, but nice adjustments from a couple of players. Trades coming through. And it is a 4th for the Prodigies. You can see the force. 1 AK, 4 Galils, 2 bits of utility though. That might be a problem. Prodigies, 3 M4s, FAMAS, and an MP9. So firepower is going to favor Yessirski. But if you can position yourself right on the CT side, then it should be a pretty even matchup. Yessirski going for this boost, and it could absolutely catch Straxy off guard. Caught off, had a smoke out. Yessirski off that pick, going to rotate straight over towards the A site. FNK, oh, reacts a bit late, I should say. Nolan gets taken down, and suddenly this A site is looking fairly weak, but Yessirski have an open playing field. 4 versus 3. Prodigies. Their defense is spread so thin right here. Yessirski slow things down. They force the Prodigies to mull in their own situation. And there you go. Sound is made. The rotations should be coming through for the Prodigies. FNK going to give all the sight up. Bomb is planted. So this is a post plant. Vert gets the first. And this round might be over and done with. That really was a must-win situation. And man, the struggles just continue for the Prodigies. Gun round gonna fall towards Yessirski. That's just, yeah, really rough. If they're able to keep these 2 rifles, there's definitely an opportunity for the Prodigies to get back into winning ways, but you're kind of running out of opportunities, especially with the way the economy works, to make any sort of a comeback. Only 3 rounds left for Yessirski to secure the first map. This boost started it all off. Straxy caught out of position, and then that kill towards Elevator really locked it in and sealed the deal. Upgraded pistols for 2 players, fair bit of utility, but Yessirski have every single bit of advantage you could want. All the utility, all the rifles. Clear firepower advantage. Prodigies going aggressive. FNK can't win the first, but there is a trade. So at least a little bit of hope here. Oh, nice one-way smoke underneath the ramp. Does buy a bit of space to force their way up, but Prodigies, they're going to go aggressive behind this. 5-7, trying to make some noise. SBT is jump spotting. Could be, oh, very, very close to being caught off. DBS going to get pressured. Oh, nice flick and adjustment. It is going to be an A-site finish for Yessirski. Still 2 pistols. That M4 from FNK isn't actually able to be retrieved with how aggressive he was when he fell. Nolan gets the info. He can't really fall back. SBT does get another towards the ramp. Flashbang to get the swing through, and SBT helps his teammate out. Nolan upgrades to the AK. Hassan left in a 1 versus 4. Tries to get the audacious flick off. I don't know how Nolan is able to shoot through the wall like that. Game sense galore. 26 seconds left. Hassan still pressuring the site. SBT's low. He gets his opener and swings out far enough. He might be able to catch Nolan. Straxy, though, swings out, can trade. And with 3 players alive, forced by wars will continue. It's a rough spot, but the Prodigies coming back into things. And I want to hear some of the jubilations. Hear FNK's calls as we jump straight into another comms round.
I'm
I
gonna
made on
flash
B.
and do
You can Mori and
flash.
rush, Maxi.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Careful mid.
Smoking, I have mid, I'm mid. Stepping on the A a lot, I'm coming A,
I'm taking mid.
He's jumped, Ivy pushing, Ivy pushing.
Okay,
He's in one way Ivy.
Close, right.
Just go back.
nading
Fuck.
Ivy.
You can play double Ivy.
I will nade Ivy.
I flash, failed.
1 stepped up, reloading.
Get a full nade.
1 more close.
The best swing.
I'm
Oh,
just
on
going
the
upstairs now.
I can
jump up,
smoke B
jump
for
up this
you.
shit.
Okay, you do it, you do it.
Just
I'm
hold like
only
this.
top sandbags. Is ramp dead?
Checking.
Wait, Fossil B player, no?
1 close gap.
I don't
He
know.
saw us. Let's go kill him.
I just smoke
Follow
out.
me.
I'm
I saw
pretty
the
sure
rest.
Fossil B player.
I'm watching
Quick,
mid.
Maybe.
reloading, reloading.
Could be Hasby.
Okay, I'm coming with you.
Ram
Yeah.
dead.
Flashing behind you.
Double
Ivy,
advantage.
Mid there. Yeah.
I'm going
City,
mid, I'm going
city.
mid. Oh, he's elevator already.
Dead.
Fuck.
Nice.
Last could be ramp, I don't know. Could be
Now with
outside
Ivy.
in the smoke. Maybe.
Going heaven.
Nice.
Nice, good
Nice.
job.
Nice.
Let's go,
I
guys.
thought he was
Good
through
round
the
behind,
back
yeah.
mid, my bad.
Thank you, thank
The mid area is it's pretty wide, guys.
Sorry, that sign's broken me. The Prodigies get a 6th round. The audacity to hold up a sign like that, Nolan, I love it. All right, Yessirski, back onto the pistol. As the Prodigies do string a 6th together. That's 2 rounds in a row. Second time they've put 2 rounds in a row since the final 2 rounds fell to the Prodigies for the first half. Damage exchanges in the ramp. Nade down deep won't do too much. But Yessirski, they're more than happy to just take these fights. You saw it even in the previous round, you know, Yessirski kind of walking their way out ramp. FNK was able to just kill this player from ramp being caught off guard. But here you go. Here's the firepower. Exactly what I'm talking about. Vertin and Zero. Oh my. They're just ripping heads out of the server. This is now worrisome. The Deagles have done so much damage already. I don't know how the Prodigies have even fallen into the position, but they need to be careful. Vert drops with the bomb. SBT can retain that. Has a smoke, but I don't really know what you'd smoke to help yourself here. And he can finally close the round out. But that was way too costly for the Prodigies. Should not be falling like that, especially just to Deagles. Decided to go for those ramp picks to get some confidence. And, it kind of worked against them a little bit. Vert with the Deagle spam headshot. And Zero, P250, I didn't even realize that he'd got a kill with that gun. The SBT can close things out. Really need SBT to show it big here, as well as TVS. They've started to come back into things, but I feel like you can do a little bit more for their team. And Zero playing around the smokes, tagged up by the molly, and FNK will get the kill. TVS, oh, jiggled out. Not quite as fast as his counterpart. Fuzzle boosted, does spat out Straxy. And Straxy wisely thinks against peeking back out into that. Okay, Fuzzle, so quick today. Gets a double entry over towards the B site. Larry's so close to this generator. TVS needs to be careful, needs to be wary of side white peak. Larry felt like his position was known. Jump across to get the entry. FNK though doesn't fall. He's able to answer back. 3 versus 3. Molotov dropped on towards the site. That's onto default. Nice from TVS. Able to get the utility damage. Just Fuzzle and Vert, 2 of the best players from Yessirski, left to fight for this bomb. Vert on the wood off angle. Gets 1. Can drop down instantly. Fuzzle with a big flank. This can be a problem. TVS taps it. Doesn't realize, but if he sticks this, he could absolutely win. TVS sticking it, and he ninjas. He just barely did it before he was dropped. So it's a round stolen away, straight up ninjaed against 2 players. But again, Yessirski coming back from a man deficit to pretty much just win the aim duels, get the right lurks, right flanks into position, and it all started with this double entry from Fuzzle to just rip out both the defenders. And that's not something that's happened a lot. You can see the consequences of everyone dying in the previous round. TVS on the AWP, but 2 MP9s and a FAMAS is not ideal. Yessirski have a heavy firepower advantage, and we've seen them have the better of the aim duels today. Fuzzle again getting 2 entries over towards B. FNK is close enough to rotate in to stop him taking too much space, but that's a rough spot already for the Prodigies. 3 versus 4. FNK getting info. We can see, of course, Yessirski going straight to this A site. Oh, TVS caught off guard in Zero. How is he prepared for that fight? Nolan, FAMAS in hand. has been spotted towards the back of the site. Bomb's going down. Nade chunks down a bit of damage, but a 4 versus 2 isn't really viable. Oh, the counter boost is spotted out from Nolan. Hassan going for this big flank, and you can see the audacity of Yessirski to go for these aggressive plays, and it's working time and time again because they just have the confidence to do it. FNK has a lurk of his own, able to get Lurry the AWPer, but Hassan still hasn't activated. He's still in the back lines. I wonder if the Prodigies will be aware of the fact right now. He gets the first. FNK smoked off. Hassan, trying to spray for the kill, and he's able to close it out. 14-8. Yessirski, they're just coming up top trumps every single time. Hassan with that critical lurk. That's so rough. The Prodigies worked so well, fought so hard, but again, it doesn't fall in their favor, and they've had some strong, rounds, but the struggles just don't stop. It's so rough. What can you even do in positions like that, Upgraded pistols here for the Prodigies. Pretty much on death's door. They've got 2 more opportunities, at least. Upgraded pistols with the boost here. FNK trying to catch a timing. Doesn't spot anyone out, but Enzero is taking fights up towards top Ivy. FNK finally triggered with the Deagle boost, and Enzero can't answer back. FNK has his head ripped straight off. Enzero leveling the playing field. All the utility from the Prodigies has now been expended. Under a minute left to play. SBT able to rotate in. Yessirski, though, just selling the fake. They are heading towards this B site. It is empty. 3 versus 4 on the retake. Prodigies, they can retain some of these rifles. There you go. 2 of them picked up, the AWP and the AK. So firepower advantage brought a little bit closer to even. If the Prodigies can trade effectively here, this is a doable retake, but this boost, it's such a good idea. Could catch the Prodigies off guard. You can see SBT tagged down very low. 20 seconds left on the clock. No kits on the server. SBT goes down. Nolan can trade. Smoke on the bomb, but the time's so low. They need to answer back. Fozzle just gets the spray as he swings out wide. 15 for Yessirski, and the Prodigies really are on death's door at this point. This is the Prodigies map pick. They should.
Not over yet.
Just go 3A, leave mid, and play
Yeah.
together, I don't know, somewhere gap or
Yeah, I'll
Coming
play
over.
towards gap with them
or
for now.
close crane, sandbag, just play
Okay,
together.
now I can be then.
I have 2 flashes we can play with.
I have a flash.
Selby,
I can fear to flash around.
Yeah, rush B, rush B, rush.
Okay. I'm running down
There's
there.
one B.
I can do retake flash for you,
I have
Nolan.
a molly.
Call it.
Ah, CT already.
CT. 2. CT, 2. One AWP holding from Evan, or CT.
How many? Flash.
okay, just go reset, be right back.
All right, there you go. It's going to be the end of Vertigo for the Prodigies. We are going to be moving on towards Mirage. Mirage is a very competent map for these players, but with how dominant that Vertigo game was from Yessirski, I've got to say, the momentum definitely lies in their court. The Prodigies need to mentally reset, just take a little bit of time to just take a deep breath, just say, okay, that map wasn't ideal. Sure, we picked into it, but Mirage, we're banging on it. We can definitely come back into things. Just a bit deflating there. You can see from the players. But yeah, I really don't know what to say about that one. Just a really rough start on the T side, and they couldn't quite come back into things, even though they won the pistol. I think can take a little bit of a small break before the next map. But you guys at home, I wonder what you guys are making of this. You've come through, watch the Prodigies, absolutely dominant through the regular season, only losing 2 maps. They've gone pretty much flawless throughout these playoffs. But yeah, their first real challenge. I believe we are going to take a short break before we hop back into Mirage. Don't go anywhere. And remember to answer the giveaway question in chat. But see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, we're hopping straight into Mirage. Hot off the break, Yessirski 1 map up. They pick up Vertigo. Prodigy's coming to try and come back into things. Mirage, strong map for both. But Yessirski going to be heading towards A on this pistol round. Molotov in window, Palace drop, and FNK has a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Needs to fall back and just make sure he stays live over towards CT. Yessirski, heavy pressure, 3-man push, and it's an all-out brawl in the CT spawn. There he gets the initial spot, and he sees so many players that Yessirski actually rethink their position. They're going to go back towards jungle. Bomb isn't planted for them, but Prodigies, they've had struggles so far. That might continue with this positioning. Crossing in towards the site now. Hassan, off angle, able to get one. FNK tapping the bomb, and Vert helps Hassan out. Now just Nolan left alive. 4 players to find, and he can't do it. Yessirski pick up the first pistol round. That is not an ideal start for the Prodigies. It's a new map. It's a new day. They've got more fight left in them. You can see the smoke from FNK. Frustration's coming out. He goes in to tap the bomb. Doesn't expect Hassan there. And, well, it all just goes downhill from that point. Rough. Today has just not been the Prodigy's day, has it? 1-0 start. The Prodigies, they're going to force up. The pass aggressions. Oh, that's not a... well, yeah, it's just one of those things, huh? FNK able to pick up the scout from TBS's body. Straxy, all right, there we go. There's a glimmer of hope. There's a lot of information over towards B. This should cause Yessirski to accelerate things as they head towards this A split. Nolan, the AK, able to adjust and pass, almost got timinged. Larry is going to hear all this running around. Oh, no. Prodigy's not expecting this. Larry gets 2, and now FNK with a scout on the A site. Well, yeah. It's not the best of situations. Get the first. 2 more to find. Both players in towards middle. Upgrades to the Galil. Smoke down. I don't know if he's going to expect Larry to be in window. Definitely a dangerous spot. Can change over towards the AK. Reloads, but Larry should have him bang. It's alright. You can see FNK. No way for him to expect Larry to be in that position. 2-0. Yessirski challenged, but in the end, it's easy enough. It's a nice shot from Straxy. Nolan, adjustment, but star of that round really was Larry, getting the 2 players towards middle, and that's kind of the round said and done with. It really does seem like Yessirski have the rotations and just off positioning that is causing so much problems for the Prodigies. Again, the reads are perfect. They're heading towards B. Prodigy stacking towards A. It is definitely a day to buy a lottery ticket if you're calling the Yessirski side. Hassan trying to farm up some money with the Mac 10. Spots player deep. Ooh. Able to transfer onto SBT, and actually this is looking to be a little bit costly. It's just USPs that are doing all this damage. Fossil actually falls in the middle. Vert should answer back. But again, this is, a lot of damage. TVS gets another one. Nolan on this big flank won't be able to pick up an AK. Won't even be able to get a ninja, but he taps it. He's running back, trying to perhaps pick up one of those AKs. But 3-0 to Yessirski, hopping straight into a comms round.
Okay, I have Mollo for window. Someone break.
You want me to go mid or?
No, it's okay. Just
I'll break the vent.
Thank you.
You can just play default.
They have shit money, careful.
Pushing mid.
Oh,
They
CT
don't
and smoke window.
Jumping city.
Delpan.
Yeah,
Okay,
one more,
wait,
one
money,
more. One more close.
I can flash mid.
Okay,
Flash mid.
Okay, wait, flashing there.
A flash. Ramp out, guys, ramp out.
One is mid.
I don't see in that window.
Molly.
Con, in smoke, con. In smoke, con.
Dead.
Tetris up,
I'll
2
take.
Tetris at least.
There's the open window.
Oh, that was you.
Let's go together.
Jungle.
Jungle.
And you can see again, Yessirski so quick with the rotations, so eager to put pressure from multiple angles once they have the info. It does seem as though the Prodigies are somewhat stagnated, flustered, and the frustrations continue from Vertigo. It is only 4-0 to start out this map. And there is actually a pause in play. So hopefully the Prodigies can use this to reset again and just try to keep their composure. You know, it's very early into this map. It's okay to go 4 rounds down. Let's just calm things down. Let's just reconsider our position. Mirage is a good map for these guys. It's a good map for both of these teams, in fact. One of the most overlapping kind of bits of territory. Here's going to be a force buy, or at least half buy here from the Prodigies. Straxy bought up very heavily into things. And you can see his teammates buying a little bit of upgraded pistols, an MP9 from FNK. A little bit of armor as well. Larry straight onto the AWP. So Yessirski using what they've been given. FNK with some palace aggression. 2 players in front of him. And yeah, there was not really any hope for him to come out with a win there. But Larry, cool, look in the wrong direction. Another player close by, and that's the bomb dropped. Straxy with 2 really big kills. And that's the M4 coming up top trumps. Yessirski need to get control of this bomb, and the Prodigies, they're positioning to eliminate every angle of aggression. Going to be multiple players from T-Spawn. Hassan swinging from TV room, sorry. TVS does spot him out. Trapped him in that corner. Does seem as though Yessirski are going to try and help their teammate out. Nice entry. Oh, and Zero gets 2 kills. That's the rifles dropping. SBT with the first. Trying to get anything more for his money, but now it's just Nolan. 1 versus 2. MP9 in hand. Going for a palace aggression. It's the wrong side of the map, my friend. Yessirski looking to at least secure this bomb plant. The retake could definitely still be on the cards, but gotta say Yessirski have been looking hot today. Hitting their shots. Bomb does go down. Nolan now aware of that fact. So far on the complete opposite side of the map. Might just opt to upgrade, maybe try and pick up that AWP. And, well, accept the situation that they're in. Should be able to buy up into the next round with the full round loss situation that they're in. Even able to pick up some utility off the back of it. So, Yessirski secure a 5th round in a row. Prodigies have an AWP to their favor. So the next round is, well, lets them fight. Live to fight another day, is the saying. It has been really rough so far. The Prodigies not with the strongest of starts in both of these maps now. And Zero, those 2 entries just pretty much eliminate the threat of that round. Full M4's full utility. This is kind of where the Prodigies need to come back into things. Fozzer with the AWP, because he has that middle spawn. Don't forget to enter the giveaway, guys. Which companies has Prodigy announced a health and performance partnership? Middle aggression here from Yessirski. Flash is good from SBT to get into the ladder. TVS pressured very early, and he will be good for the first one. Many more players to find. Utility will cordon off middle, but FNK goes aggressive. Or being spammed away, and he gets his bell rung very early, so 11 HP for him. That's unconfirmed damage. They will hear a couple of tags, but I doubt that Yessirski will know just how low they've got FNK. SBT, though, on the cinder blocks, is able to answer back onto Fuzzle. That's an important pickup. FNK was low, so having a 2-man advantage in this kind of a situation is really helpful. Somewhat of a retake situation. TVS gets the Palace player. As long as the Prodigies hold fast and make sure they're covering their bases, they should be fine here. But Hassan's found the gap in the defense. Picks up 2. SBT, though, gets the bomb. Hassan, up in hand, 8 HP. Doesn't hit the jump. Picks up a rifle, thinking better of the AWP. 25 seconds. He's across into this crossfire, and it's crossfire of doom. The Prodigies get a singular round, and it's a lot earlier than compared to Vertigo. I want to see that sign again. Nolan, if you can hear me, show us that sign, my guy. Yessirski 5-1 in the lead. Double up setup. SBT picks it up. He hasn't picked it up too much, especially over the playoffs, but it could be the answer that the Prodigies are looking for. Yessirski, though, heavily leaning towards this B side. SBT goes aggressive. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Oh, can't quite hit the shot, but he's able to escape. Utility is good to halt the aggression, but Yessirski, they're definitely going to at least feign a committal behind this. You can see them rotating back, though. Trade of bullets through the wood wall. Won't connect with anyone. And Yessirski completely retreat back, but as they head towards underpass, Prodigies should be ready and waiting to receive them. FNK in window room is going to be on the cinders. SBT got a kill from here last round. Vert is so prepared for that, and Yessirski seems to be learning from their mistakes. SBT trying to hold down short is mollied off. Oh, so fortunate not to die there. And Zero is just waiting for this molly to fade so he can aggress off the back of it. Time's ticking down. Bomb's heading towards A, but in Zero, if he gets an open over towards B, then that might throw some spanners into the works. TVS, though, should be able to stop any A aggressions. Does spot a player out, but losing your window player leaves the CT side open. TVS is getting flanked upon. It's just about how much damage you can do before that point, and time's ticking low. Bomb can't be planted. Hasanator finally able to activate. Is ticked down low, but there's 2 players to find with 5 seconds. Really has no hope, so the Prodigies don't have to wait until the end of the half before stringing 2 rounds together. That's definitely a better spot to be in. Economy not in the best of positions, but you know what? You take those. Well. Can they put 3 together? Prodigies. It does seem as though the double AWP has worked so far, but knowing how aggressive Yessirski is, they might just try and take advantage of that fact and pressure B with these pistols. Middle aggression from FNK. This is a good idea, but needs to be wary. Hasanator with a deagle has been very effective so far, and FNK is not expecting that kind of aggression. SBT didn't quite hit this shot in the previous round. Is going to in this case. And there you go. Some more results for the Prodigies. I think here, really reliant on Larry to get a pick. TVS. Oh no, that's disaster in middle. He misses the first shot, tries to help FNK out. But it's an overcommittal in middle. And now this is a 3-on-3. Strategy levels the playing field, but Larry's in middle with the AWP, and oh, I was so very close to being in the middle of the crosshairs for Larry there. SB2 with the aggression in absolutely will help things out, but Yessirski having so much space in middle just means that they have a somewhat open playing field. They can stretch the defense. Oh, there you go. There's an upgrade of the AWP, double AWP T side. Straxy, he's towing a very, very thin line here. Just around the lurking corner of so many AWPs and so many situations. But time's ticking down now. And Yessirski might just be walking through to find the exact gap in the defense. Hassan can lock down the rotations. You can see Yessirski, they've just walked up short for free. Straxy getting Hassanator actually is a big deal. This retake is definitely possible. Fuzzle and Larry, though, two very strong, competent players. Larry's going to lock down this market position. Rotations coming through. Nolan and Apps, his timing could be crucial. But with the utility that's down, his position has been made aware of, and that's Larry activated. Oh, Fuzzle combining well with him. Now Nolan has to clutch things out. Fuzzle, he can just play around this pillar. Oh, I don't think he's going to expect Nolan to be sticking this one. And Nolan, he's won it. The confidence to get away with a play like that. Please hold up the sign, my guy. It's not going to be the case. Oh, looking back. There you go, boys. Love to see it. Nice round in the end from the Prodigies. Were tested quite a bit, so not going to be quite out of the woods economically wise, but we're going to hop straight into a comms round and see what the Prodigies are saying.
Behind you.
They're close
Again,
towards con.
His boxes.
Behind boxes.
I'm in con
Two
with you.
boxes.
Can you hold my left side of it or kill boxes? Dead.
Nice.
That was him. That was him. It's
Advantage.
clear now.
Oh, default,
default.
one default one.
We have nades.
You have nades.
Down, default and stairs, above.
1 HP.
Both half.
Did they evolve?
No.
No.
Maybe no bomb.
I'll sit here for a while.
Killed a lot of people top mid. Maybe it's somewhere there.
All right, Straxy, 1 versus 2 clutch. 2 players in a dichotomy of situations. That nade will alert the T side to his presence. And you can see them adjusting accordingly. This is such a tough position to be in. Time's ticking down. It's going to work against Straxy eventually. Has a smoke and the kit, but there's not really many places he can be. And Larry swings out on that timing. We'll secure the 6th. So that 3-round streakers, all the Prodigies will get in a row. Their economy will really be pressured here because they've been losing quite a few players round after round. And these middle setups, you know, they've been tested time and time again. It's really rough because it feels like TVS is having a little bit of an off day, but you know, sometimes you just got to play with the cards that are dealt to you. On pistols now for the Prodigies, using their utility for a middle swing. Vert won't get anything, but he does a significant chunk of damage. Actually gets 1, sorry. And the Prodigies, they want to pick up that rifle. Smoke off from Yessirski should help them to capitalize. And it's just TVS with an AK. A little bit of damage. But it does seem as though damage is all... Okay, actually, there's an opportunity here. TVS... Doesn't matter. Fuzzle straight there, ready for the trade. 7 rounds for Yessirski, and now the Prodigies are back into a buy. So this is one of the last opportunities for the Prodigies to kind of just stop things getting out of control. Yessirski, 7 rounds on the T side of Mirage. Good spot to be in already, considering it's round 11. If the Prodigies lose more than 3 players here, then they're going to struggle to buy full rifles across the board. Might not even be able to afford the AWP, but we'll wait for that position to come into the fray. Straxy with the boost in middle. Good for one, sorry. Reminded me of another caster. And the Prodigies actually get away with some middle aggression, but because Yessirski, we're actually keen to pressure towards the B site. SBT has a lot on his shoulders. Straxy will rotate in to help him out, but you can see Yessirski starting to group up, and in Zero, he's had some spectacular entries. He might just continue with that form, unable to get the first, and that's important. You can see, though, because of that kill, the lurkout of Palace has been activated so well. Nolan trying to jump spot. We'll finally get that information. TBS swivels round. Oh, he's just not been able to hit his shots today. That's so unfortunate. FNK trades back, and now this is an awkward 2 versus 4 Yessirski, and we're looking to go towards B. Then Fuzzle with the lurk, unable to get much done. SBT locking things down in towards window, and a nice idea, but actually won't amount to very much. 4 rounds for the Prodigies. Yessirski actually being tested, and well, Prodigies are starting to come back into things. You know, you're starting to feel like a little bit more confidence is swaying back on that pendulum of the game. Players not looking so deflated, and that's great. That's what we want to see, right? Okay, round 12, getting towards the end of the half here. TVS has had struggles in middle, but you know what? That's going to ward him off. Jump boost, not going to succeed. Middle push here from the T side. A few upgraded pistols, but seems like easy pickings. TVS with 3 kills. A few more to find. SBT will help him out with the last 2, and that's a 5th for the Prodigies, so at least making something of this CT half. And it does seem as though the Prodigies are looking a little bit more alive. It's great to see. I'm hoping that they're sounding a little bit more alive, as we are going to hop straight in towards one of those lovely things that we call comms round.
Yeah.
I'm only ramp.
I will go short.
Demolition again, or?
They didn't install
I
window.
don't have.
Wait.
I'm blind. They can be
Pushing
sure.
the
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Delpan.
I'm
Well,
going
it's
to
there.
go.
Nice.
Hey,
I'm
flashing
falling
mid
back.
one. Flashing there.
I'm
Okay,
going
pushing
back from
Palace.
ramp.
Under
Pushing
con
Palace,
1
pushing
HP bench.
Okay.
One more
Double
ladder.
advantage.
I'm playing ladder.
Guys, I push Palace low dead.
Can you resmoke on TVS?
Under
Yeah,
window.
kind
Under
of.
window.
Might be bad, might be super
Pushing
bad.
T-spawn.
Two,
He's right
con and
side.
under window in short. All 3. Con under window in short.
I'm
Pushing
saying
T-spawn.
Edward.
They smoked top con, they smoked top con.
I push T-spawn.
Ladder.
I'm on Edward.
He could
He's
sneak
under
through the
windows
jungle smoke.
Guys, I'm soon top mid.
I'm holding the top con smoke.
Yeah. Just survive. Nolan's
Window.
behind.
Yeah, I'm behind, just don't die, guys.
1 HP window.
Window low 1
Can go
HP.
CT.
I'm on the side here.
Mid boss
Marine is
clear.
coming top mid. Chill, guys.
Top mid. They're running short.
Yeah.
Running
Running
short.
short.
Should be market done.
And one suit.
Two
Oh, no,
short,
no.
one more.
Nice.
Coming short.
Nice.
Nice.
Sure.
Fucking dogs.
All right, FNK getting animated towards the end there, but at least it's good to see and hear the Prodigies getting back into things. You can hear they want revenge. It's on the tip of their tongues. And Zero with a great bit of game sense to shoot into SBT. Heard all that noise. Straxy to close things out, but yeah, nice play in the end. Prodigy 6-7, making things look a little more reasonable. Upgraded pistols here from Yessirski. Gonna go quick towards the B site. 3 players to meet them. SBT boosted. Pressure on his shoulders. He's done this multiple times with the AWP. He's gonna fight with an M4 here. Only gets 1. And the utility is coming straight through. Barrage to hold off this T-side aggression. They want to prevent these T-side players from getting that M4, and they're going to go for the fights. Straxy and FMK trying to combine, but they both fall. That's so unfortunate. These pistols can upgrade to rifles. Bombs planted. This is a 2-on-2. Yessirski, they've constantly been pressuring the Prodigies, and again, it's worked out. Nolan spots one towards bench. TVS with the AWP can lock down towards there, but needs to try and get info on the second player. Smoke coming through. will allow a player to jump up towards Van. And it seems as though all the info has been passed along. And Zero over towards the bench has actually taken down Nolan. Playing through his own smoke. The time's so low. TVS might just lose this due to the unfortunate spot of where the time is sitting. Runs out of bullets, and Zero trades to the Deagle. Trying to try and run it with the knife. TVS, oh, barely steals it away, and Zero will knife him in the end, but that's a 7th round secured. Another ninja for the Prodigies, but it has been a little bit worrisome to see the Prodigies having to resort towards these somewhat desperate plays to secure rounds. Don't forget, that was just an upgraded bit of pistols, armor, and a smattering of utility. And Yessirski really putting pressure on and almost stealing a round away from the Prodigies. Economy tested for the final round, but it won't matter. All the bells and whistles for both the teams. This is a pure rifle round. SBT is on an island on this A site, and then Zero is just walking out. Yessirski, they've done this round after round, just walking out, not respecting the Prodigies whatsoever. This time, it's not going to work out. FNK is able to come back, and there's another bit of utility to help SBT get a few more kills. Puzzle makes his presence known, and now it's just Hassan. Has bomb, has ramp control, but has no more HP. And that is going to be Prodigies round and towards the last round of the half. So bit healthier of a showing from the Prodigies here, but still a lot of rounds left to play, and it's looking pretty 50-50 on Mirage. I'll wait to see who can pull it across the line. FNK, I'm sure he's got some tricks up his sleeve, but yeah, we'll have to see how things play out. We will take a super quick break as we hop straight into the second half afterwards. All right, welcome back. Prodigies, they do actually get the winning amount of rounds in that half, 8-7, as we move towards the Prodigies T side of Mirage. They did, of course, lose Vertigo quite dominantly, which was unexpected, but you know what? They've shown a better face in towards Mirage. They can completely reset, and this is the point at which they can capitalize. They are going to go for an aggressive A stance. Bit of utility in the hands of FNK. Throws that out, and it's 2 players to find. Fuzzle peeking up towards the top of stairs. Won't really be smoked off, and Vert under Palace has a big job to do, but it's jungle control that the Prodigies are after. Spot the first, even spot the second. Oh, the Canucks player can walk out, but it doesn't really matter. 2-on-3. SBT needs to try and stay alive, and oh, okay, this is looking a bit threatening now. Fuzzle taken down. Straxy can help out with that one. Hassan now left alive. Has to try and find Straxy, and SBT knows roughly where both players are. Doesn't quite catch the timing, but time is going to be an issue. He's ticking down, and SBT swinging out wide will secure that one. So Prodigies do secure a pistol round. We saw, though, previously that the last time the Prodigies won a pistol round, Yessirski were able to win the follower. And for those of you at home that aren't aware, winning the second round, the round after pistol, when you've lost it, can actually do quite a bit more economic damage than winning the pistol round itself. Here's going to be the force buy from Yessirski, opting to head in that direction, trying to cause the upset as they have done so many times with these pistols. Larry with the quick flick onto his counter AWP. Of course, no AWPs in play for this round, though. And the Prodigy's going for middle control. Now they're aware of the force buy. I'm interested to see how the game plan adjusts. These splits can be so deadly, especially on these force buy situations, but you can see the Prodigies thinking better of it, or at least slowing things down. Puzzle opens things up, and oh, this could be dangerous. SBT and Straxy do hem the bleeding for now, but there's so many more players on this B site, and they're being cut down left, right, and center. Straxy and FNK need to try and calm things down, but it's not to be. FNK, 10 health, and not much else to work with. That is an 8th round, and you can see round after pistol again, won by Yessirski. That force buy comes through. That's going to be such a big problem because there was no bomb plant. So the Prodigies really not going to have a lot to work with. Yessirski able to stack the correct site. They get the info. And it really has been that way for the entire matchup. Yessirski so quick on these rotations. The Prodigies would probably would probably be best served going for a little bit more of a fakey kind of playstyle. 8 to 9 though. It's the scoreline that we're at right now. Larry still with the scout, trying to jump spot in towards window. Should be able to hear that. And even decide to smoke that position off. Or nade. Chunks down SBT, but you know what? A bullet shot to the face will do a little bit more damage. Larry out of the server. Off the back of that, Yessirski are going to rotate in towards middle, leaving Hassanator completely on his lonesome. No Molotov, nothing to halt this aggression. So if the Prodigies just contact out here, get the trades, this can be a stolen round. Walking up now, Hassanator in a wild off angle. Will get the first, but that's all he can kind of get out of that situation. Prodigy's trying to take space away from the CT side, so there's no opportunity for a retake. Market control is retained by Yessirski though, and the utility does come flying through. Shouldn't get a kill, but it does knock down Straxy very low, and without that kill, it's going to be a tough ask for this retake. Oh, through the bench and 0. Caught off guard. SBT been imperative for this round. 3 kills. TVS helps him out, and that is a 10th for the Prodigies, so they are able to steal one back. That's a really, really well put together round. SBT to open things up. And then he continues the success over towards the B site, so really nice play in the end. Make the correct reads. So crisp from SBT. Yessirski going to continue the force buy wars. Get the Deagles out, an M4 and a FAMAS in play, but really lacking in towards utility. They're kind of relying for a multi-kill round on the CT side, and they've stacked over towards the A site. You can see the blocking of utility, so can't be much done. Yessirski completely stacked over towards this area. This could spell disaster for the Prodigies. Vert swinging out, traded immediately. Prodigies working their way, progressing towards the site. Oh, the smoke fade kill from Fuzzle. That's a big one. M4 makes his position known. SBT flashed over. Spots a couple of players out. Oh, that's so good from SBT. Cleaning up players, and that's the class of the player. He's been so good in the regular season. If he can come alive right here, if he has a standout performance, that could be exactly what the Prodigies need to come back into things. Again, though, pistols doing so much work, and Yessirski so effective in every single round. It doesn't seem as though you can kind of call him out in any situation. Nice triple kill, though, from SBT. All right, the pistols from Yessirski. Shouldn't really be able to do much as the stack in middle is going to be the B play from the Prodigies, though. And the question of this round is, how much money can you farm? How healthy can you keep it? And can the pistol do anything? No. Hyper aggressive. Gets 2 kills. Does trade over a Mac 10 over into the hands of Yessirski. FNK needs to be somewhat careful here. If he over-aggresses and gives his life away, that could have been a little bit more dangerous, but the time's ticking down too low. Yessirski just trying to get some exits out of this. FNK takes the Mac 10 out of the hands of the CT side. It's going to be a little bit more aggressive. SBT to help him out, and there you go. 12th round for the Prodigies. They keep 4 players alive. Things are looking up, but we should be heading in towards a gun round, and well, we've seen just how dangerous this CT side has been with the Deagles. I'm going to head straight into a comms round, though. Let's see what FNK and the boys are saying.
Sorry, my friend.
Give up, give up.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I can pick ramp here. Can you boost me, Sebos?
What?
What?
Yep. I said well, it's French, but yeah.
Ah.
What on pause? Okay, you can go Palace, Nolan. Drop your smoke, I will smoke the mid. Straxy, just go pressure
Pressure?
B-ups, and then
okay.
you go under
I go
slow.
left.
Okay, and then you go under slow and you will lurk, okay?
Okay.
Like, if you think you can lurk from B-ups, you do it. I don't care.
On shadow.
I'm gonna go under after.
He mollied window.
One dead close.
Nice, good job, bro.
I will stay
I'm
here.
coming back to mid. I'm coming back mid.
That's the comp player, I think.
Okay, listen, Nolan, come back as well and we split B.
Okay,
Come
I'm
back
leaving
slow.
on.
I'm coming here.
SPT, can you do window from
Yep.
T-spawn? I will do top con.
You want it right now?
Wait, we need to wait for Nolan to come.
That's what she said.
Nolan, take bomb and go B up, Straxi, mid, TVS,
You can
SPT,
run
we
now.
go mid.
Run.
I'm running.
Yeah, ready to smoke?
Wait, do it now.
I'm
Watch
Flashing
short,
flashing.
for
watch
the
short,
con
guys,
peek.
watch short.
Wait,
Yeah.
flashing for con.
Hey, Molly, I'm gonna Molly car.
This
This
one's
might be
all
a-
gone.
Maybe
Let's
close,
go.
maybe close, maybe close.
They're so
How
far
much
when
you-
we go.
Check
No,
your ladder.
Yeah, marking your shot.
I
I
still
push
smoke
you,
out,
push you,
guys.
push you, and we can go.
Smoke
Can we
fading.
You want me to Molly balcony or car?
I don't see
Car.
cars.
Just molly car and let's go.
Molly,
Check close, check close.
right clear.
He's ladder. He's
Balcony
ladder.
clear.
Yeah, I got ladder.
Kitchen! I'm only kitchen.
I'm planting the foot.
I got
I'm
shot.
staying abs.
It's kitchen.
He jumped window.
Outdoor! Dead!
Nice.
Advantage.
I got shot, guys. It's okay.
I have abs.
Didn't see.
I have door.
Dead ladder.
Nice.
Nice.
Well
I
clear
have
mid.
door. He can go out kitchen window, but
I will
don't
have you
mind
up
it.
later.
Go hunt them, SPT, I
Think
took
door.
up. Go kill them all.
Stairs.
Come be abs, guys.
Ah,
the
I
next
know
side.
There's
triple.
an A side. There's
Goodbye.
open short.
But I don't think
I
you can
won't
take it.
Oh, they're holding it.
Can buy it.
Just go from top mid if you can. It's too
It's
late.
too late
Never
now.
mind. Just fuck it. Good job. Good fucking entry.
I thought, fuck, he must have hidden ladder.
Yeah, he was watching under window. I didn't check all the way because smokes were fading, but it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
he's unlucky.
Come on, guys.
All right, nice to see the full round play out there. FNK leaving a lot of liberty for the players, but he is definitely constructing, rounds and giving clear direction. So seems as though Prodigies have their headmaster. Nice play in the end. Force again from Yessirski, unrelenting, constantly going for these aggressions. FNK solo taking middle. Fuzzle tag down actually pretty low. On that counter Molotov, that's so big. It forces FNK out. He used his smoke already. Fuzzle can take that one. Vert answering back from CT. Gonna be an A play. TVS, really important kill, and this is still pressuring SBT with a big kill, big set of kills, I should say. And Vert, they know exactly where he is towards CT spawn. Unwilling to give him any sort of inch. Straxi's trying to spot out. TVS holding the angle, and that's a 14th for the Prodigies. They are coming ever so close to locking in the second map. And don't forget, Ancient is the third and final one. Both of these teams fairly competent on it. Nice lockdown play from TVS, though. Yessirski seemed to have been somewhat sussed out. SBT, though, he's been one of the big players coming up in this T side. Is coming down to very fine margins, though, in the end of these rounds. Strong middle presence from Yessirski. It does look as though we're going towards a middle aggression from the Prodigies, and Zer back down low from the molly, but that nade chunked down even more on SBT. Prodigies now moving over towards B as the smoke fades, and there's only one player here right now. Flash won't really alert too much presence, but look at this rotation from Yessirski. 3 players in towards the site. There's going to be an all-out brawl towards B, and I've got to say that's been one of the best things about this Yessirski squad. They've been so good at just committing to these rotations, and you can see how well it works. 3 players on the site just completely eliminating the first part of this push. Takes the threat out of anything that the Prodigies can throw, and that is a 9th round. The Prodigies, they're giving so many tells over the rotations can come through super early, so if they can play a little bit more restrained, then it might give them success. But we're going to hop straight into a comms round. Don't get to enter the giveaway as we enter this pause. Oh, after the pause, sorry, I'm being corrected. The little voice in my ear. 14 rounds for the Prodigies, just trying to mull things over, try and figure out how they can secure that win and push things onto Ancient. But yeah, going back to my original point, you know, if the Prodigies can figure out how to give less tells, just be a little bit more kind of reserved in their playstyle, or a bit disciplined, I should say, it will definitely lend them, you know, a bit more success moving forward. I feel like Yessirski, though, credit where credit's due. Doesn't matter. We're gonna hop straight into comms.
Use
okay,
the
just
pause.
repeat.
You can do
just
top pizza, boss.
re-explain. It's
Come on,
that
boys.
Yeah,
hard.
yeah, yeah.
Alright.
Let's go all
Okay,
the way.
do table.
I will do both.
Take bomb, take bomb, take bomb, take bomb.
Yeah,
Flashing behind boxes.
Molly dram.
He's in con. And one window.
One on the left. Trap.
Con. 1 HP, left side, left
Trap
side.
on the
100.
left.
hey, Molly Biat.
I'm molotoving short.
He's not gone. Dead.
Nice.
Advantage.
I'm gonna molly window
I
out.
Should be
Top
city
con.
jump spotting.
Watch out window.
Here is
Shot,
smoke con, here is
shot,
smoke
shot.
con from ticket.
Yeah,
Guys,
main
he's
con.
on ticket. He's in
Okay.
ticket. On ticket.
And he's shot, guys.
I'm going on
Short, dead.
Nice.
Go
Just
south
freeze. Tank on someone.
window
mid.
dead.
Short, one more.
Short,
Left.
short.
Take his
City.
face and the...
Short and
City.
city then.
He's out short.
We need the bump.
One sound. City.
He's short. He smoked out short.
I don't see
Smoked
city, I'm
short.
out, hey.
I don't see him short, should be ladder.
Someone
I'm
needs
in
to take
jungle.
bomb,
I
boys.
will
He's
check
close
him
short.
later.
Close short.
I'm see...
Dead window last
I'm
short.
taking bomb, I'm taking bomb.
He's stuck on
Okay.
short.
Short
Nice.
dead.
Good job, guys.
We don't need the bomb.
They don't need the bomb indeed. The Prodigies, they're towing such a fine line and they're winning their gunfights right now, but you can see just how close that is to seesawing back and forth. Fortunate to come out on top there. They get this first kill in Fuzzle in towards Connector. And, well, the over-aggressions from Yessirski finally counted. It's about time, if you ask me, but 15-9 is the point we're at. Middle aggression from both teams. It's going to favor the CT side for the time being, but 3 versus 4, still anyone's round. Flash peek from Vert, nice idea, but won't quite spot out Nolan. And you can see just how aggressive Yessirski are with this utility. It's not even, you know, 1 minute 30, and they've just got 3 smokes left. They are going to smoke bottom con, and that's probably the best use of that smoke that they could in that position. Vert falling back from window. And the CT side's going to reposition, but actually Vert thinks better of it. He goes for aggressions in middle, and if they falsely call this free and open, then that might be the exact kind of opening that the Prodigies need to catch Yessirski off guard. 2-2 split. No AWP in play for either team. And we're going to see a window boost from the Prodigies. Good idea, but we know that there's not going to be anyone there to meet them. Vert could catch an imperative timing. Speaking of timing, the time is very low. Prodigies need to be careful. It doesn't work against them. Hassan gets the first. Will be instantly traded. As long as Vert doesn't get this kill, then it should be a little bit easier. Fuzzle towards Ticket. Time's ticking down low. SBT and Nolan taking some site control. Oh, SBT completely caught unawares, and Fuzzle just wins that round out of the patience. You can see how that makes a player feel. It's kind of a gamble in that kind of a situation. With how aggressive Yessirski's been, I don't blame him for looking that direction, but it's just not an ideal spot to be in. So Yessirski stay alive. They put a 10th round on the board. The Prodigies, they force up. Going to be a Gallo in the hands of Straxi. Famas for Hassan, but the only AWP is in the hands of TBS. The middle aggressions from Yessirski have been so strong, and that's an important kill to fall into the hands of Yessirski. And so it's tagged down low by the Molotov from SBT, but going down there is not ideal. Continued middle aggression. TBS needs to be quick here. If Lurie chooses to cross his sight line and the timing isn't going to work out. Straxy now the closest to this crossfire setup. And you could see how all in Yessirski play. You know, they're just so committed. Larry will finally get a kill. Hasanator coming through, and that crossfire is so deadly. Nolan, TVS left to pick up the pieces. Only need one more round of the Prodigies. TVS will start things off, and that's the A site completely open and free, but the Prodigies, they're so hesitant. They're expecting Yessirski to have the stack every single round. Mind games for both of these teams. I'm not sure if TVS even spotted a player there. Just expectant for that kind of a situation. And Yessirski have been given enough time to rotate into position, so it'll be interesting to see where the Prodigies choose to plant the bomb. Wide swing for Nolan. That's good. And oh, the CT aggression catches no one off guard. But you know what? Will Lurie. Now Nolan in a clutch. Unable to win it for the Prodigies. Unlucky. But getting it 1 versus 1 is a decent enough spot. Without a plant, though, I don't think the Prodigies can get a full buy. So, yeah, again, it does seem as though Yessirski are going to really kind of pressure the Prodigies. Barrage, though, definitely a better showing. Just hope that, you know, we can secure that 16th and move towards Ancient. Yessirski, if they kind of lose players here and give up a bomb plant, then you might see them in a bit of troubled waters. And there you go. That triggers it. Prodigies dive down. They get the first. Vert's fallen. Puzzle fighting from CT is able to get one. Lurie helping him out, and there's the bomb plant being stuck. Don't know if the Prodigy is going to be able to get much more, though. SBT makes his position known. Instantly traded, so there's 2 kills and a bomb plant. That's pretty good enough if you're the Prodigies. You're not really expecting to win that one, but a few kills and a bomb plant, ideal. They will be able to buy in towards the next, and this is kind of really where you want to pressure this CT side defense. We will be hopping into a comms round, and hopefully this ends in a better fashion.
Okay,
Smoke
search
info, or?
And then if I get the kill, I'll lock down CT and you guys can
top mid,
take...
to top mid.
I will
I'll
do
do
it
it
To
top
try
mid.
to get that guy out of con, they keep resmoking con.
But take my smoke then, Straxy.
Yeah.
I will start
go
on A,
plus.
not playing B. Yeah. I can flash
Yeah,
all
go
you.
to window.
Hold it late.
Top them. He's down mid, pushing me, flash me.
Okay, flashing there.
Okay.
Can flash A.
Okay, I'm
No one
blind.
pull us.
Wait.
Okay, not
I have
close
one more.
I will
They
resmoke
smoke pull us.
Okay,
Maybe they smoke pull us. Maybe
Okay,
pull us
he's
now.
there,
winging
flashing
stairs.
I don't see a lot of smokes here.
I've got ramp. Can just split A if we can.
I can smoke window.
We should try to use the smoking con. I will molly window.
I'm holding right side.
Only pull us push.
The smoke top con if you can.
Yeah.
Let's try to sneak in stairs.
They will
stairs, no?
retake us.
Jumped.
Pick on, pick on.
Coming out pull us.
Nothing ramp.
He should be stairs to jungle.
I can molly jungle for you guys.
Didn't see
Yeah, do
jungle.
it, and I'm
Didn't see
playing
jungle.
right flash
Didn't see
pick and I
jungle.
will go
I'm
jungle.
molly. Flashing
Flashing.
sandwich.
He's jungle.
I'm full white.
Sandwich, sandwich, sandwich. Sandwich.
Sandwich.
Bro,
My
he
bad is
started-
round.
He started fucking spam the smoke when you molly jungle.
You can see Yessirski stacking over towards A, and they're able to catch the Prodigies off guard, off the back foot. Fuzzle, he's really the star of the show there. Able to get so much production out of Sandwich, and well, that's the kind of value of catching your opponents off guard. Upgraded pistols here. Yessirski should, in all eventualities, be securing a 14th, and that'll mean that we're going the full distance, a full 30 rounds. But the Prodigies, they've upgraded into pistols. They've got utility flying out onto A. Let's see if they can steal one away. 2 players ahead of the Molotov, so they get some ground, they get some space. Puzzle spamming through. Oh, just able to track Straxy through the smoke. You can see there's going to be so much utility to work with. All the rifles. Can't even secure a bomb plant. TVS in ROPS. Thinks to play her up with the Glock, but that's all he can get. And Nolan with a Deagle. doesn't really have much of a hope. So many players in front of him. A lot of damage done by the Prodigies, but there was no real significant amount of damage, no significant number of kills. That is a 14th, and Yessirski keeping 4 players alive means that they have every single bell and whistle that they could want. The Prodigies, likewise, have enough money to buy up to everything that they could possibly want for this round, so we're going to see purely which team wants it more. The full 30 rounds in the second map of this best of 3. Can the Prodigies push things in towards Ancient, or are we going to go to overtime? Have Yessirski outlasted, outplayed the Prodigies towards the end of this Mirage map? TBS beats his counter AWPer, and that starts things off well. Can they capitalize? Can they secure the 16th round? Hassan aggressive in towards ramp. A lot of players around the corner. Oh, he's gonna go for an aggressive stance. This can be a very strong position, but recently teams have been flashing into things, and it looks like, oh, it was looking like Nolan had the flash set up for that. Oh, it is going to be a... Oh, the flash doesn't connect. Still a 1-for-1 trade, but I don't know. You can't really be missing things like that at this stage in the game. It has been a long day for me and the players, though, it looks like. 3 versus 4, though. The Prodigies can reset both mentally and physically. And it is just going to be N0 on an island over towards this B site. Prodigies, they are kind of hinting towards this B site with their utility. Yessirski unwilling to rotate, though. But after this Palace aggression, you can see them doing exactly that. N0 tagged down by the Molotov. They should know his position. They hear him running around. Straxy can finally take him down. SBT not good enough in that sort of a position. And this is a 2-on-3 that is a must-win situation for Yessirski. Otherwise, we're going to head towards Ancient. Straxy, that is a very risky jump indeed. No AWP to punish it, but nonetheless, that was an opportunity that could have fallen in the other direction. Just Vert now, 8 HP, not much else to work with. Nolan is going to phase the smoke, and there you go. 16-14, the Prodigies come back, make it work, and we're going to be heading to Ancient. SBT on his phone, probably tweeting out. I just hope that the players have enough left in them to pick up the win. Ancient has been a good map for both of these teams. It seems like this matchup has gone on for quite a while, though, so you might see some kind of fatigue start to set in for some of these players. It's definitely, you know, not ideal, but you want to find out who the best team is in a best of 3. You're going to push it to a third map. It is going to force the true quality of these players out. Hopefully, the Prodigies can pick up a win on Ancient, but we'll have to wait to see and find out. I do believe we're going to take a short break in between to give my voice a rest. Hopefully, you guys can get some refreshments, get some snacks, and get ready for this third map. We are going to be heading towards Ancient. See you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, the Prodigies have pushed it to a third and final map. Welcome to all the new viewers in chat. Thanks to my girlfriend for raiding, but it is Ancient. We went to Vertigo. The Prodigies couldn't pick up their own map pick. Kind of dominant towards the Yessirski. We went to Mirage. It was 16-40, and the Prodigies barely able to bring it across the line, push things finally towards the third and final map. Ancient, both of these teams have done decently well. They don't have a lot of play time on this match, but honestly, with how long this matchup has been, with how hard these teams have had to fight, it really is going to come down to who wants it more. Ancient, let's hop straight in towards the pistol round. Of course, the Prodigies should have already secured main. Oh no, knife round, let's go. Love to see this. Knife watch, SBT with a tiger teeth. Classic. He's going to get knifed out of the server though, and there he gets traded out as well. Even a team knife to end things out. So the Prodigies will get to pick what side of the server they want to start from. What was I saying again? You can see players having some jubilations there. Complete mental reset compared to how we saw the players on Vertigo. They kind of seemed a bit deflated. You know, it was 12-3 at the end of that first half, and ended up losing that quite dominantly. Then 16-14 in towards Mirage. It is looking like the Prodigies are back towards their jubilations, though. And there you go. They pick the CT side. Probably smart choice. Straxy with a flashbang. So potentially some options for aggressions. Double sets of dualies and bits of armor. Yessirski, though, goes straight for this A aggression. 4 bits of armor and Vert with that key bits of util. I'm going to not go for a straight rush, but they're instead going to pressure SBT. Contacting out. They've been doing this all half long. SBT dualies gets 1. So many more bullets in the chambers, but, well, can't do anything with them when you're dead, my boy. Fuzzle spotting out towards Donut. He does see a player, but Yessirski, they're going to stick to the game plan. Just continue to walk up. And there you go. The utility comes out. This is going to help buy some space for the site. TBS can't really hold this on his lonesome. Gets Molotoved out of position. He's going to go aggressive. Gets 1. Trying to get the second. Larry, though, so quick with it. How is he getting away with that one? 2 versus 3. No kits on the server. So this is going to have to be a quick retake. Nolan with the first, though. That's Vert falling. Larry, 12 HP. A sneeze will take him out, but it's a headshot. And that'll do. Hassan, not expecting him to be there. He's able to get the first. Straxy needs to win this one out. Hassan's running out of ammo. Straxy dances around the pole, reloads himself. Both players could be going down to anything, but Straxy will secure it with a headshot. Dooley's come up clutch, and there you go. He's happy about that one. The first round falling towards the Prodigies. That's a good start. But with that bomb plant comes the ever-present threat of the force by Yessirski. They've been so dangerous on these force buys twice now. The Prodigies have 1 pistol. Oh, that's so dirty. That is so dirty from Larry. Anyway, back to my point. Twice now, Prodigies have 1 pistol. And Yessirski have come straight back with the force buy and picked up the second round of play. 2 MP9s in play. This hasn't led to success when we've seen it before. But you know what? It's a third and final map. It's ancient. Anything is possible. Prodigies, though, not going to send anyone towards A early on. And that's exactly where Yessirski are heading towards. You hate to see it. You also hate to see a 1-for-1 trade in middle like that. It's going to favor the T side. At least the map control is retained. But you can see they're just walking out, just contacting out. This defense is split. It's spread. And as the rotations come through, they're going to be caught straight off guard in 0. It makes his presence known. And the Prodigies need to get their running boots on because the site has fallen. They might even lose Temple here. Nolan going to be pressured. 2 players. Can't get one of them. Now, well, might just call it quits. On being planted, the flash 3 from Straxy. The lifeline for SBT to get into the action, but FNK will actually be the first to aggress. Look at this lurk, though. And 0, no matter what happens, will be able to finish out the round. Doesn't seem... Okay, doesn't matter. I'm completely wrong. The Prodigies think of it. FNK can't answer back with bullets. The time's ticking down a bit low. Straxy has to go aggressive. Gets the first. Tries to spot out for the second. So low. Has to trade over to the dualies. Can't quite make it work. Vert will secure things with the MAC-10. And there you go. It's happened again. Yessirski win the second round. That's such devastating damage to the economy of the Prodigies. And, you know, they're going to go for this force. But it's just not ideal, to say the least. Straxy has the game sense to be aware of that lurk. Almost gets clutch off, but when you tick down to 6 HP like that, it's rough seas. I've said that a lot because this has been possibly the hardest matchup that we've seen for the Prodigies yet. All right, so the force up, just some upgraded pistols. FAMAS in the hands of SBT, but losing a player early. That's FNK falling in Donut. Hassanator doubles up. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. Not a single player falling on the side of Yessirski. Nolan now left to pick up the pieces. There are players in middle. 5-7 has been good, but Larry will pick that one up anyway, and that's a second round for Yessirski. Already a good start for the T side, because this is going to have to be a full eco save for the Prodigies. Man, it is rough. Rough. I'm a dog, apparently. Second round and 0, locking it down. Where is the stack? Can Yessirski suss it out? Can they avoid it? Molotov to stop any ramp aggressions. A boost over towards Jaguar entrance. And it is going to be a correct stacking of the site, but the utility should be enough to cordon off any aggression. FNK gets the first. 0 though. Taking Jaguar control is a real troublesome position. And that's about as easy as you could want it. TVS tucked away in the site. They are going to semi-clear it, but it does seem as though it's gone unchecked. Vert, though, thinks better of it, and that's the third round for Yessirski. FNK not looking too pleased, but he's at least talking, giving the troops some commands. And, well, the Prodigies are going to have an opportunity to come back into things. It should be a buy round. Yessirski, though, they've been so strong. Like, there's never a position that you can't count them out from. Even with the full ecos, they've been somewhat threatening. Here's the rifle round. No AWP in the hands of TVS. That's about what you'd expect. There is one in the hands of Larry, though. And a map like Ancient, I don't feel like it lends itself to T-side AWPing. FNK, though, gets 2. Trying to go for a third. Runs out of ammo, but he's barely staying alive. That's a good bit of production from him, but the Prodigies need to be careful. They need to make sure that they're not giving away easy picks. Straxy, so lucky to be alive. Flash peek comes through. But taking space in middle. And the Prodigies, they can just sit back. They can just watch and try and cordon off the aggressions from Yessirski. But one thing that you have to be aware of is going for this kind of an aggressive move. Nolan tagged down low, and that's a really important spot for Vert to gain access and control of. He can go for his temple push, and that's going to cut the rotations in half. If TVS goes down for free here, and the site falls for nothing, then it probably might end up being a Yessirski round. FNK getting some info, does smoke off his counterpart in towards temple, or sorry, red. Still dangerous though from Yessirski. Time ticking down low. They are able to get out of the main entrance. TVS looking away. The timings. It's all going to come down to the timings, even though there's 5 players alive from Yessirski. Oh, sorry, from the Prodigies. TVS looks the right direction, gets the kill, and FNK can double up. So Vert's threatening position no longer as threatening. Won't even need the rotations. He's going to save that Galil into the next. But the threat of danger isn't done and dusted just yet. Yessirski are going to be able to full buy into the next. It's been a long day, but it seems to be getting longer. The Prodigies are starting to work their way back into things. Can they secure a second round in a row? Let's find out in a comms round.
I'm all
No,
down.
no, fucking way.
Maybe it's failed smoke, but doesn't matter. I'll flash one time close and one time over, okay? Flashing close,
Molly.
flashing over.
Memory cave. Ninja,
Could be ninja,
guys.
could be ninja.
Dead cave one. I jump.
Ninja.
Nothing.
I'm
nothing.
rotating.
I have
I'm
a
saying
main
you're
peek
on.
from temple. Could have gone
Big corner.
donut or
This
I'm
one.
window.
I'm anti-flash. Just leave
It's kinda
it.
shit, but
Yeah, Nolan leave. We have a setup.
Come take,
Or- no, we
hold
don't have mid.
window. Just hold the window from B, it's okay.
I left. Already.
I have donut from city.
Subs, you want to do the
Whatever.
setup I talked about?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you are
Leave
not
it there.
open to donut, yeah?
I'm close window.
No, I'm
And careful
in
cave.
temple.
I don't know.
Oh,
Hey, there's a gap
maybe
right side.
smoke.
Banana 2.
Pushing inside. I'm stabbed.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we
I'm
can.
down.
Smoke city.
Not on
Flashing
B
in
yet.
front of
Banana.
I'm leaving.
Dead,
A.
one dead.
Bomb dead, bomb dead.
Cave.
Molly.
One sneaked out. Donut.
Immortal.
Guys, come on, let's fucking focus, boys. We have full
I don't
info,
understand what we do.
everything. Like full info. There's no way one guy can kill 2 people.
Disastrous setup outside of the doors there. Fuzzle locking down the exact angle that he needs to, and then Vert to double up. That sight hole was just, well, dismantled is the only word I can think of. Yessirski at a 4th round is going to be the upgraded pistols here. TVS on the USP trying to save up for that AWP, but it's just not ideal. Boost here over towards quad for the Prodigies. Bit of chip damage. Oh, and that's a nice shot. Straxy with the deagle. Does swing a bit wider, trying to capitalize, and smokes are good from the pistols, but Fozzel's got 2, and he'll be aware of the Jaguar player, but SBT, that's an important pickup. So 3-on-3. SBT retreats, and the aggression comes through, so Prodigies know roughly what's going on across the board. It's just going to be a matter of positioning and timing if they can rotate to help SBT out, because he is on an island and then some. So it's behind the smoke. Yessirski making sure to check their angles, get the lurk on play, and well, make sure that they're not getting caught off guard. Hasinator pulls the lurk off, and that's the only site defense, but the rotate, apologies. The rotations have come through, bombs planted, so it's officially a retake. Nolan Dior gets the first, it trades through. FNK has info to work with now. You'll be roughly aware of Hasinator, but the timing won't work out, and that's a 5th for Yessirski. Prodigy's not able to make the pistols just work, but 3 kills is not bad. The economy, though, that's still more than healthy for Yessirski. You can see Fossil, so quick on the rotations, and honestly, he's been one of the outstanding players, as well as in Zero, for getting these entries onto sites across all 3 maps. TVS, though, finally on the orb. What can he do with it? 3 players in middle. It's going to be an all-out brawl. Yessirski, aggression's coming through. The flashes are really good. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Nolan hemming the bleeding, but he's going to run out of bullets, and SBT needs to win this fight. He can't go down. He's able to escape unscathed. Yessirski take a lot of middle control, and the rotations, there's a gap in the defense here that can be exploited. I don't think Yessirski are going to read into it, but Prodigies dancing on a razor's edge of success and failure. This A aggression, though, is actually a really good play, because even if you lose the A site from middle, having A main and then being able to rotate in through CT is probably one of the best crossfires you can have coming into things in that direction, and that seems to be the case. Lurker eliminated towards Jaguar. Prodigies have the info pretty much across the map. It's either a very passive B play, or the T side is already out on the A site. Nolan will have that info very shortly, though. The Yessirski, they're going for extra info. And the fact that Nolan doesn't see anyone on that kind of a peak, he's pretty much seen the entire site, might mean that Yessirski have more than any kind of amount of info that they want to work with. Straxy has cleared the backline, so Nolan will be aware of this kind of a plan. Not quite on the mark for the spray, so it will be safe enough plant. TVS holding down CT. His counter up was just around the corner, and it's going to be a swing into the play. Yessirski not able to get away with that one. So Vert now in Temple, praying to win this 1 versus 4. It does seem as though the Prodigies are somewhat aware of where they should be coming from, but they're looking in every which way direction. Bombs being stuck, and TVS has the final kill, so the Yorpa coming up big with 3 kills in that round. That will secure a 3rd round. This is already a decent T side, though, from Yessirski. Prodigies really being tested. And we're going to see exactly how they want to retaliate to this testing as we
Maybe
hop
start
straight
to
into a
mid and
comms
then
round.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, they will,
Call this,
they
I
will buy
call them
one more.
starting A.
They are not
Okay.
out mid, they didn't throw anything mid.
On
for
top
me.
banana.
Mid for
Yeah,
clear.
I'm starting short. Oh.
I think I should.
They
I'm
smoke
going with
them.
this,
Up
Sebas.
banana dead. Might be more.
Mid
Okay.
one.
I'm holding Evan.
Hitting one more. I'm going
Evan
around.
close, can you smoke?
I don't see mid.
Yeah,
Smoke, smoke.
smoking there.
No one boost. It could be
Okay, go
close
fall
banana,
back, go fall
guys.
back now.
Guys, it could be close banana.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna peek from long.
I still have even.
Mid.
Yeah, dead close
Clear.
banana. Okay,
Nice,
dead.
guys.
One more dead.
Nice.
Falling
I think
banana.
that was up. I think that was
Yeah.
up.
Hey,
That was
front
good.
window.
Okay,
They
I'm
kill me
leaving
out
the
mid.
closet.
Go donut, Nolan,
Triple
and
dead.
Yeah,
smoke.
yeah,
I
yeah.
will take A.
I'm playing Joko and Cave.
Just play for impulse. We need trades.
Close, close. I smoked. I smoked GKS. Couldn't be done it.
Careful window,
It's
guys.
here, price side.
Yeah, I'll go check window.
Windows
No,
gap
no, no,
again.
take A main.
He was in done it.
Could be CT on timing, guys. Watch out.
Yeah, I'll go in temple.
I'm not holding right now.
Can you go in main?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, but
no.
CT.
I hold city.
I smoke Cave.
Banana dead.
No, CT.
Okay, ace, guys. Ace, let's go.
Is city?
No!
Nice.
Good job, guys.
One
Nice
more
job.
second and I
TVS
get
just
the
fucking
angle.
kill them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keep
Let's-
going.
TVS with a 4K there. He's getting some confidence, and that's great for the Swedish Orpha. Unable to get the ace, but nice play nonetheless. It's good to see the Prodigies being, well, pretty vocal across the board, pretty much. So everyone trying to chime in, trying to work towards some success. It's going to be the pistols for Yessirski. They've been so threatening, so dangerous on every single one of these pistol rounds, and they're going to put all the pressure on Nolan. Well, sorry, FNK in towards Donut. It's a mix up of positions. Or middle control. Forfeited over. There's the rotation from Nolan, but really needs help from SBT, and that help has come through. Vert now has the A site, but it's about all he has, and TVS will take away every point of health that he has. So that's 5-5 at the scoreline. If the Prodigies can keep this at 5 rounds for the T side, then it's definitely a win in my book. Couple more rounds left to play though, just a few. Nice play in the end there from the Prodigies. Straight back onto the rifles. Puzzle on the Galil, and not a lot of utility to work with, but again, you can never count this T side out. Yessirski, they've been so aggressive, so dominant in a couple of these situations. Ooh, FNK tagged down low, even answered back through the smoke, so go for one in middle there. It's really less than ideal. Didn't have to go down, but Yessirski have the game sense to go for that kind of a play, and they do have an open site to work with. You can see them taking space. They just W key out. Nolan gets another, so that will help. Oh, TVS, that's audacious. Picks up another kill, 3 versus 2, and the info is passed along. So they might have lost a site, but they at least have a lot of info to work with, even if there's not a lot of utility to help with that situation. Smoke is going to fade though. That is re-upped. So Nolan for the tap-in of the bomb. Perfect play from Inzero pretty much. He baits out the bomb plot spams. He's able to secure it. And SBT is kind of the linchpin here. He's really important in Zero though. Pick up 2 kills, not to be. Straxy gets the first, and now Fuzzle in Temple again, praying for a victory. 20 seconds to work with. Just needs to try and get a few kills out of it, but oh, SBT, I don't know if he quite spotted him. Doesn't matter, because he spots him in the end. That is a 6th round, and with 3 players left alive, the economy should be looking quite healthy for the Prodigies. They can buy up for the next 2 or 3 rounds at least. Yessirski, they had a lot of initial success, but seems as though they've been stifled. This CT side coming back a bit strong. Can the Prodigies maintain it? Can they pick up this win when it looked oh so dire in the first map of this best of 3? Trying to punish pick into Vertigo doesn't work out, and very quick play over towards the B site. Pistols pretty aggressive, and oh, Straxy just goes for a play. Flick of the wrist, and he picks up 3. Nolan to help out, and now it's just Vert stuck behind the smoke. No boost available this time. Tech 9 in hand, and not much else to do. 7 for the Prodigies. How many more can they get? That is the name of the game right now. Straxy, though, it's been a while since we've seen a highlight round. It's one of them. And we're going to hop straight into a comms round.
I'm
I'm
already
all
deep
in mid
banana.
dragon.
I flash one time close, one time deep.
Insta window. They're out mid, can be out mid. They think we
Flashing
smoke in
close.
mid.
Boom. Flashing deep.
Guys, they can be out mid here.
Shit,
I
shit,
don't-
door smoke, I smoke,
I
I
smoke
smoke.
it. Do it.
I'm
Yeah, do it.
rotating.
Watch that
Kinda
window.
shit as well, they can boost right.
Right side,
Window.
be in the box.
I was
Right,
watching
I kill one
radar.
guy.
They split A.
Nice, I
Window.
needed one.
Advantage.
No, come back, come back,
We'll
come
probably
back,
go
come back.
One
Just
guy
leave
is
me.
in city already.
Leave me with a solo.
Come clear city.
Yeah, I'm doomed, guys. I'm doomed.
I'm flashing one.
Okay, I didn't see anyone behind me, temple.
Just clear it slow together.
Yeah. Really slow.
Don't hurry. They didn't react. They don't know he's alone.
Pick right side. 3, 2, 1. He's there.
Step A.
Yeah, I will try to clear him.
Aim in and close temple.
I have money.
So we have. We'll play for exits.
Unfortunate there for the Prodigies. Yessirski just don't respect the middle presence that was feigned. SBT now trying to retain this AK, trying to hold on to it. There will be a full buy in the next round regardless, but an AK is always going to be favorable over the M4 with that one-shot headshot capability. And, well, it's not going to be a capability for the CT side moving forward. 7-6, Yessirski getting 6th round on the T side. It's actually a really good spot to be in, and it's all off the back of Fuzzle getting that 3K. Just doesn't respect anything over towards middle, pushes through red, and, well, he's rewarded for it and then some. Yessirski have a decent enough T side. Are they going to capitalize on it or not moving forward? Round 14, Prodigies have a full by themselves, but that's so rough to start things out. FNK taken out straight away, and this middle aggression has pretty much no answers from the Prodigies. It's good that Straxy can answer back through the smoke, but you can't really rely on those sorts of plays to bring about success. All right, Yessirski, they slow things down, change the pace, try and make the Prodigies sweat under their own pressure. Fairly passive play style in this 4 versus 4. Of course, it's going to favor the T side. Nolan gets some info. Oh, he's able to get the pre-fire, and that's really good from Nolan, locking down Donut. And the fact that he's able to stay alive and pick up 2 kills, that has swung the tide into the favor of the Prodigies by a lot. 2 versus 4. Nolan is going to triple up and might even be the 4K, but Larry pushes past SBT, will close things out. Nice 8th round for the Prodigies, all off the back of Nolan's triple kill in middle. Need more plays from that guy. We need more kinds of highlights. We've seen Straxy have more than a few highlights on this map alone, but if Nolan can come alive, that would help quite a bit. 8-6. Yessirski have to full buy into this. It's the final round of this half. Puzzle therefore stuck on a Tech 9 and no orbs in play. Oh, that's a very aggressive push. FNK going 1 for 1. SBT tries to trade, but again, 1 for 1 means that this site is a lot more weak. Straxy having to hold on to it on his own. Nolan shows a little bit of ankle and thinks better of it. TVS just barely rotates in time, and speaking of time, timing's not going to work out for him to get the opener. N0 with these entries has been ridiculous. TVS needs to get some sort of an answer, and there you go. He's blind, but picks off Smoke will not any more answering from the AWP. 2 versus 2 though. Yessirski doubling up in Jaguar, and they know where both of these CT side players are residing towards. You can see no halting of the aggression. Yessirski, oh my god, they're going to flash through. Larry completely blind. The Prodigies barely able to escape with TVS alive. 14 HP and 0 just swings out on the timing, and that's 8-7 at the end of the half. Prodigies with 1 round lead, but you got to say you were expecting a little bit more in terms of CT side rounds. Not a done and dusted position, but it's a little bit uphill moving forward as FNK rehydrates, trying to fuel the big brain called the big brain plays. Hopefully, the Prodigies can move forward towards a win here. It is the third and final map of this best of 3. They do need to win this one, and I think 1 or 2 others if they want to try and vie towards advanced in towards next season. But we're going to take a super quick break and hop straight into the final half of this best of 3. All right, welcome back to the final half of this best of 3. And, well, it's been a long slog to get to this point. We ended up from Vertigo being a dominant win for Yessirski to a 16-14 victory for the Prodigies, pushing it towards Ancient, 8-7 at the end of the half, with the Prodigies taking that 1-round lead. And now, well, it's all here. It's all on the line. Can the Prodigies lock in that victory? Can they take another step towards advancing in the ESEA progressions? We'll have to see. FNK with the smoke towards middle. Flash behind it, I believe. But Prodigies have so much space to work with. They might just opt to go through the smoke, and there's 2 CTs behind it. Oh no, there's a team flash coming through. The trades are back and forth, but with so many CT side players here, this might just spell disaster, and indeed it has. Bomb has been dropped. Yessirski can reset around it. In fact, they go for aggressions, and, well, they're not rewarded for it, but they do retain a bit stronger bomb control as the flanks and rotations could come through. FNK, though, pick up another kill. And Zero with the dual E's comes in the back line, but that's all he can do. Oh, it's so tense. Fuzzle trying to push forward, but Straxi will close out in the end. And just when Yessirski were about to answer back and pick up a victory, and Zero can't really get a lurk off. And, well, that's the Prodigies winning the pistol. I will say again, though, every single time the Prodigies have won pistol, Yessirski have forced up and won the second round, which is more economically damaging than winning pistol itself. So we'll wait to see. Okay, that's not actually the case. Yessirski, they're happy with their T-side rounds at 7. They are going to full save, sorry. Used to saying full buy for this squad. But SBT looking to farm up some kills, and oh no. Doesn't even get 1. So there's a Galil that's able to be retrieved. One of the 3 rifles in the server right now. The rifle's going to go ahead with the pistols. So Yessirski, they're still looking to try and steal this one away. Progressing up towards the B doors together. Does seem as though that kind of aggression can be heard, though. And the Prodigies readjust accordingly. Double smoke off for Jaguar, and Nolan makes his presence known with the MAC-10. It's not an ideal weapon for that kind of a long-range engagement. He should be going down, but FNK, what's going on there, man? A lot of dinks coming through. The Prodigies are very low, but time has ticked down a bit too far. And it will be a Prodigies round. Even though, like I said, very threatening, but TVS, quick on a swivel, able to take down the remaining 2 aggressive players. Gallo will be brought through, though, for the CT side. And that will help their utility situation. But finally, for once, I can say the Prodigies won the round after pistol. Hasn't happened yet, but that can be the spurring moment that the Prodigies need to come back into this game. Straxi, very aggressive with the MAC-10. Gets 1, gets 2, and that's a return on investment, and then some. One more player has an 8er in front of him. Down low. Straxi might just entry the entire server. Picks out 3, and 0 falls as well elsewhere. And, well, what's Fuzzle left to do? But witnesses his teammates become Fuzzle's dead in the dirt around him. Such a... I want to call it toxic, but it's not. It's just good play. Swinging behind the flashbang ensures the kill. And there you go, the jubilations from the Prodigies. Straxi, though, with 3 kills, and that's a highlight play and then some. So important to answer back and just fight right in the face of Yessirski. Have to go on a... well, they don't have to. They could actually force up. And there you go. You can see the start of it. M4 purchased. Let's see what else they opt to go for, whether it's utility dependent or whether they opt to go for firepower. They have been really good with these rifles, but I've got to say the utility and positioning has been top notch from Yessirski. Really well fleshed out. But there you go. Oh, it's a semi-force, just an M4, Hero M4. Upgraded bits of pistols and armors. But it's somewhat Astralis smokes that is going to be the winning play. Yessirski hoping that the Prodigies go for a slower pace kind of round. And they're going to try and play around these smokes. And Zero tapped down very low by that nade. Has no armor to work with. Vert being boosted up. Can't really get away with anything with the M4. So fire some warning shots into the air to try and ward the Prodigies away from this B site. It's not going to work though. The Prodigies continue to take their time. Just play a slower pace. And take very slow, methodical map control. See the smokes flying over towards B. Stack is in place. SBT almost caught out of position in towards middle. And he's a bit wary of a flank. He's going to retreat from his position. Prodigies, though, they do throw a pump fake in there. And that's going to pull the stack away from the final resting site of this attack. Straxy with an entry. The smokes come over and, well, it's an open B site. Open for Prodigy's business, at least. A lot of damage done through the smokes, actually, and Zero is very close to that smoke. That reload might trigger him to push. Not to be, but 4 versus 5 with CTs this aggressive. They're definitely going for this, and there you go. There's the first TVS. Just trying to stay alive, but the pressure will continue to come. Vert will finally answer back, but not before 2 of the Yessirski teammates have fallen, and there you go. It's going to be a save, calling it off. Can't win a 2-on-4. Prodigies still think that this is a retake. They've finally cleared the site. They need to get off site, though, especially with how low some of these players are. And there you go. 12th round. Oh. There, he's trying to get a final kill, being cheeky with it, but Straxy will stay alive. It is 12 indeed. I believe that's 4 rounds in a row for the Prodigies. It's only the fourth time that we've seen that. If they can get a 5th, that will be the joint longest streak that the Prodigies have had so far in this best of 3. So you can see the rounds that have been won by the Prodigies have been fairly sporadic. They have gone on tears here and there, but honestly, the streaks of rounds have fallen more dominantly into the side of Yessirski. Let's with smokes. Oh, Hassan so very, very close to getting 1, maybe even 2 kills there, but just tags down TVS very low. And Zero jiggles out. Spots a few players for info. Doesn't really connect with the spam though. You can see Yessirski, they're just so aggressive. So happy to go for these jiggle fights. SBT will finally be able to punish though. Oh, gets his bell rung. Smoke will be off the mark. Hassan knows that SBT is low and he's going to aggress behind it. He's relying on the fact that SBT can't really retreat safely, so he reckons that SBT will reside in that same position, and he would be correct in that assumption, but with Jaguar being cleared out and SBT receiving some help, there can be trades available, and there you go. Prodigies methodically cut the sights up. Nolan with a look out on towards the site. Should get it for free. Fuzzle, though, won't be quick enough on the rotation, won't be quick enough on the lurk to really get anything out of this. And even though the Prodigies are low for SBT and FNK, can't really afford to go for this if you're Fuzzle. There won't be really the opportunity to go for a buy-in towards the next round. So if he's able to retain the 7-4, it should at least give Yessirski a fighting chance. Round 20, though, the Prodigies, they've suddenly come alive. It's taken them a while, but you know, the Prodigies are one of these teams that is slow to get moving. Fuzzle makes his presence known, takes 1 out. Really kind of inconsequential, though, because the Prodigies can buy up no matter what into the next and, well, probably into the next 2 rounds after this one. So we're looking at a 13-7 scoreline, perhaps even 14-7, depending on if Yessirski go for that force bite. All right, we are in a tech pause for the moment being. Does seem as though there's some sort of issues, and I mean, you always want these games to be fair, you know, an even matchup. You don't really want there to be any excuses. You want to be the better team in any kind of a situation. SBT though, so important for him to stay alive in middle, and the fact that he's able to swing out and help his teammate, it's really big to take middle control. Hasanator could have absolutely stolen that round away. Nolan adjusting his camera, trying to make sure he puts his best face forward for the viewers, and well, you can see there a ringmaster riling the troops up, explaining something very, very emotively. Very animated. I always wonder, you know, what would you look like if you're recording your POV when you played? And there you go. There's the sign. Infamous. Nolan. Gotta love it. Banter. Oh. It has been a long day, though, for both the Prodigies and me. So apologies if my voice is starting to go. Nolan having a staring contest with his camera. Of course, never going to win any of those. And, well, let's just reflect, I guess, for the viewers that are just joining us. We did, of course, start this best of 3 on Vertigo. That was the Prodigy's pick, but very dominant towards Yessirski. That did actually force things over towards Mirage. And the Prodigies were able to pick things up 16-14, so almost pushing it towards overtime. But nonetheless, we find ourselves here on Ancient. Good start on the CT side for the Prodigies. They have 5 rounds in a row, if I'm correct. But yeah, for those of you new viewers actually that came over from the raid, the whole point of this project is to put 5 young stars, young talents in a squad for a season. Try and showcase, you know, their skills, their teamwork, their cohesion, just their pure raw Prodigy kind of esqueness on display, and try and get these guys signed to teams. You know, this isn't a long-term project. It's more just to showcase the players so that teams that are out there looking for people to pick up are able to view and kind of go, oh, this player is really good. We should pick him up because he fills a role that we need. But, well, right now the situation is is that we have a well-established team of Nolan, SBT, TVS, Straxy, and FNK. Of course, with some smatterings of some other players as Nolan plays around with the cameras a little bit. He is a very kind of momentum-based player, I'd like to say. You know, when he's feeling it, when he's having one of those days, he can just completely take over a map. But yeah, hopefully this experience of, you know, playing in a consistent team, being given support has led to some growth and development for these players, which is exactly the point. And well, you can see it's leading to success right now. 13-7 as we hop back in after that pause. Famas in the hands of Hassan, but everyone else having M4s on the CT side. M4 in the hands of Nolan, of course. No warps to speak of across the entire server, and it's a quicker A play here from the Prodigies. No one in the donut really listening out for it, but Hassan, well, you would have heard that now. Sitting behind the site, you won't be aware of it, but the Molotov is in the perfect position. Smoke's out, but can't really support his teammates. Straxy trying to fire through the smoke and the flames to take Hassan out. They know he's here. Just a matter of time. There you go. Straxy takes his counterpart on the site over. FNK can't get a lurk off, so it is just going to be the lurk from Yessirski left alive. Nolan, this is a really wild spot. Surely he's, yeah, he's spotted Larry. There you go. So aware of the flank, and there you go. Should be a 14th across the line. 3 versus 1 and 0. He was able to take FNK out the other side of the map, but not really much else to do as Prodigies win across the board, and that is a 14th round. Yessirski, their economic situation is going to be in the dumps, in the doldrums, as they try and scrape together whatever they can. These last few rounds, the Prodigies should be able to secure map and match point. And there you go, not even AK brought into the next. Really, really nice play from the Prodigies. This is what we're used to. Nolan, he's animated. There we go. The Prodigies, they're alive.
In cave, yeah, cave.
Should be Farmer's Force.
Yeah, I'm smoking top banana molotov in cave.
I'm coming with
Can
you.
you boost me on the box after?
Yeah,
Ah,
flashing
do
on
it, do it,
banana there.
Flashing. Flashing again.
You're rushing banana, I think.
Jungle. And behind me. Jungle.
Chill.
Wait, boost.
I got
He's
Molly.
in jungle.
He's close, dead.
Nice
Nice.
One was
advantage.
I will
cave,
move.
cave.
Freeze.
Advantage.
Okay,
Freeze.
I have
I'm
banana.
holding here.
All they made
I have
SPT.
banana.
Yeah, I'm holding.
Just freeze everywhere.
Every freeze.
Careful event, guys.
Yeah, we're holding it. But I'm holding only here, not the
Yeah, I
entire
only
thing.
have banana.
Doesn't matter, just freeze.
Upper, minus 50.
He went back. He went back.
Let's go together mid SPT.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
one
I'm
Molly.
I'm still freezing, guys. I'm still freezing.
Don't see jungle. Can you smoke window? You have it?
Give me.
And let's try to walk after.
They could go out heaven,
cave.
guys.
Walk heaven.
He won't, he's low.
Flashed B. Not sure exactly where.
Pick with me. 3, 2, 1. Clearing left.
Yeah, let's double pick here and SPT can go banana as well. We just
I
go
go here. Okay. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Nice,
That
okay,
wasn't
I'm
him.
going
That wasn't
banana.
one more
more.
low.
Okay,
bleed
guys, I'm
left.
banana.
Can
Maybe
you
ninja
stretch
guys.
long? You stretch for
Yeah,
long TVS.
flashing long.
Check
I'm
copy, guys.
picking.
Flashing one more long.
One
Short.
CT step.
One
I
shot.
take deep.
I'm blind.
I have long.
I take long deep. You flash it
Do
deep?
No, I don't have it.
Short.
I will challenge. It's okay, I kill him.
I'm planting.
That was him.
I have your short. Could be behind.
Nothing
I have
shot.
blind.
I'm
Stay together.
smoking deep CT.
Okay, nice. I hold the smoke.
I'm holding if we go south cave. Cave.
Nice.
Nice,
Nice,
guys,
good
let's
job.
go.
Easy played. So they actually did like
Perfect epitome of this of this approach from the Prodigies. Easy Bliat indeed. They do secure a 15th. That's map and match point. Yessirski start off so strong, and they seem to be floundering at the last hurdle here. Prodigies about to secure it all, and just want to say we're so fortunate to have these comm rounds. It's not often that you get to have an insight into how these pro teams work, how they want to communicate, even some of the calls that we're getting through. So a little bit of a gems of gold for you guys at home to work with and kind of learn from. Can be chaotic at times, but you know, comms are never going to be perfect on an international roster. Ooh, and Zero try to tag through the gap, gets some shots off, but no kill. Nolan lurking out towards A, gets a bit of space, but it's really kind of this middle presence that's key. And 2 players towards Donut. FK gets the first, won't be expecting the second, almost gets the adjustment off. SBT makes his presence known. And then Zero is going to be right across the wall from him. Almost bedroom partners. It's just a matter of who can be aware of the other. SBT is wary of this aggression, but it's all kind of dependent on this B site. TVS tucks himself in towards cave. SBT looking the right way at the right time. Oh no. TVS though will get the entry, won't be aware of Fuzzle, and Fuzzle trigger discipline. That's exactly what you need to do to win this round. Will be the rotation from Yessirski on towards the B site, but as things go quiet, I think better of their situation. Will Straxy expects there to be a player right around the corner. Taps down the bomb and, well, that's unfortunate. Orp left alive now, Larry. Oh, SBT! Oh, he secures it, jiggling out the Orp shot, and what a way to win. SBT shouldn't have really come away with that one, but you know what? The Prodigies take one step closer, and they win another, keeping their win streak alive. Nolan with the sign, and you can see a bit of frustration from the Prodigies at different points in the map, but they're able to come out with a victory in the end. Well deserved, hard fought, and man, that was such a long series of play. I'm definitely exhausted. I can only imagine how the players are going to be. But nonetheless, let's take a moment to just calm down and announce the giveaway winner. It is going to be Though Ninja. He gets to pick one of the two mice, and he indeed gets that M4A4 Asimov. So well done to you for guessing the correct answer and being drawn in that giveaway. Hope you enjoy those mice. Of course, Zairu recently picking up the Death Adder, so perhaps inclinations to move towards that direction. But nonetheless, the Prodigies keep their hopes alive of moving forward and topping the rungs of the ladder of ESEA. That was a hard fought victory, but I'm glad they won it. Coming out top trumps in the end. I've been jammer. I've been tired. And I've been solo casting this because my co-caster was ill. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the season so far. We can actually run through a couple of things to end out the series. Of course, congratulations again to Do Ninja as we peter things out. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the cast. Sorry, I'm super hungry and tired, but yeah, feel free to drop a follow towards the Prodigies on both Twitch and Twitter. Drop me a follow if you feel so inclined. Give me some feedback if you want. But yeah, actually, we have an interview with FNK. So let's hop straight in. Hello, FNK. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm tired after that long series, to be honest. But you guys were able to come back from that disappointing kind of Vertigo start to kind of just running away with things at the last part of Ancient. There, like, how did it feel for you guys? You know, going through that initial bit of like real frustration, kind of winning out Mirage just barely, and then coming out top on Ancient.
Well, to be honest, after first map Vertigo, I told my boys to just refresh few minutes, and when we were all back, I just told them few words, and I just told them to focus on the crosshair, and I will do everything what's like beside the, I mean, giving strats. I will just do the micromanage and everything that's needed, and I will just do 10 frags, and I just need them to perform and do 40 bombs. And for example, you saw SPT when he's focused 100% on himself, he did like 30 bombs, or I don't know how much in the Mirage. And then on Ancient, I told them that for for sure the enemies were like angry because they lost us 16-14. We almost choked, but we managed to close in the end with a fake. And I told them that we just need to win few rounds on city side, because actually our T side is always better than city side. And when we won 7 rounds, I knew the game is going to be ours, because I can just control and play with enemies on T side, you know, just faking them, sometimes switching up, playing fast, sometimes just holding, double faking, whatever, and they never know what we are
Mhm.
doing. So it's just switching the things up.
Yeah, I did notice, you know, like at the start of the game, Yessirski were going for those really heavy kinds of stacks, and it was hard for you guys to read into. But you're constantly walking into kind of like three players on one site plus, and so it was interesting to see how your calling kind of developed to counter that. But yeah, I just want to kind of wanted to ask about how you felt that you've developed over the season, just individually and as a team. You know, how do you feel about that?
To be honest, I would like to talk more about the team. I am really proud of the boys because they really worked hard. We were in through some tough moments where I told them they need to work a lot more than they would expect, and they really step up. For example, Straxy and Nolan, they really worked hard this season. They came like as substitute, and they're in the main lineup, and they're doing their job, and they constantly keep working. TVS and SPT, like they were more experienced than Straxy and Nolan. Mostly, I'm doing the tier with SPT, and we are working, but everyone is bringing his ideas. And the point is, like, if people are working and we are friends outside the games are going good.
Yeah, they are going good. I mean, you guys have a ridiculous win streak now, moving forward. So I believe you've secured main already. I think you're working towards advanced or something. But what kind of position did you expect to be in, and did you kind of expect to be here at this point with so many wins under your belt, or were you expecting a little bit more challenge considering you guys have just kind of come together for this season?
I was 100% that we would qualify for main, because it was like, I think only 2 wins needed or something. I'm not pretty sure. I didn't expect, to be honest, to be in the final in the first place because it was kind of hard in the beginning of the season because we were switching, for example, players. We were playing on some maps with Jerome, some maps with Acorn, some maps with Nolan. Like everything was kind of weird and confusing for us. But in the end, we managed to just fix the things and let Jerome play on Inferno because it's his home map, and we are working on the others. And here we are into the final, and we need to just get one more win, and then we are into advanced.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say, you know, I've been here kind of taking you guys through the first map, which was unfortunately a loss, but then you've come back and kind of grown together, and we can kind of see, you know, the chemistry working out. It's been really good to watch you guys. I guess my final question is just, do you have any words for the guys at home that have come along this journey with you guys?
Well, thanks for watching us, and sorry for the first game, but we managed to bounce back in the next two, and the final will be better. We will just finish 2-0, so everyone can sleep earlier.
All right, thanks very much, FNK. I'll let you go and celebrate and go with that debrief with the boys. But yeah, congratulations. I hope you have success moving forward and can secure that spot
Thanks.
towards the finals.
See ya.